It's Friday the 13th, motherfucker! Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the biggest Friday the 13th special in horror radio history. This is the show where we find out what is truly the better franchise between Halloween and Friday the 13th. This is the show where we dig down deep, dissect, and really run through both Friday the 13th and Halloween in hopes of finding out what is truly the greatest franchise out of the two of these. So we have a lot coming your way, but you know what, guys? To start this off, I got something very special. Back when we started off with the 12 days of Friday the 13th. That was a retrospective, an inside look at each one of the 12 Friday the 13th movies. Freddy vs. Jason was the 11th, and the 12th being the remake. If you guys recall, I didn't even want to review Jason Goes to Hell. I just had no interest. So what I did was, I said, to make it up for you, I recorded a little Friday the 13th rap song. If you remember, it was only a couple of verses, and it was only about Friday the 13th Part 1. Well, by request, I sat down and I completed the song. It's about the first 4 Friday the 13th movies, you know. That's the good stuff, and I wanted to keep the song tight, keep it relatively short. It's 3 minutes, 55 seconds, and I wanted to keep it strong and just put all the good stuff in there. So, you know, before, you know, the series got to the, you know, more whimsical area, I just wanted to stop at the 4th one where Jason dies, because that's truly the core of the franchise right there. Let's get right to it. Here it is, Crystal Lake After Dark. Written and performed by myself, Alex. And you know what, guys? I even took it a step further and made a music video to go along with the song. It kind of helps put my references and visual, you know, you could put it all together that way. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/user/The Skeleton Crew Shows, with an S at the end. This is a presentation of the Skeleton Crew to kick off this big Friday the 13th special. Enjoy, guys. Jason, Friday the 13th. It's Skeleton Crew. One time, no chorus. That story goes, one day in 1957, Jason drowns at the young age of 11. The counselors ain't hear nothing, they were too busy fucking. He gasped for his last breath, trying to reach for something. That was all they saw, this kid was reported drowned. They searched Crystal Lake, but his body was never found. Mom broke down and cried, her only son died. While little Jason, that's all she had in her life. Mommy just snapped, she said, I'm getting him back. Time heals all wounds, but she never could adapt to the fact her baby boy is never coming back. Those two responsible assholes, they better watch the back. But they didn't, they're dead, their bodies are laying in the mud. I'd like to welcome you all to Camp Blood. It's only time to find out what it's all about. Now it's time, it's lights out, and no one's getting out. Paul would like you all to gather around the fire. He just spit the legend, didn't know he was a liar. Jason's back with a hole in the sack, and he's got his eye on the pack-a-knack. Grab your pot, slingshot, pop 'em in the asses. No matter how hot these bitches, they don't get no passes. So forget the perfume you're spraying down your pants as the spear goes through you in the middle of your dance. Skinny dips with hot chicks, drinking at the bars, almost getting laid in wheelchairs. You won't live to see the scars. No one's gonna heal. This is the real deal. You won't get out alive. You won't believe the pain you will feel. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. 3D, OG, now everybody's raving. Shit's coming right at me, going to Higgins Haven. Oh damn, now wait a minute, did Jason shave his head with a Bic? What do you mean the end of part 2 was a dream? That shit was epic! Chocolate donuts, drinking some Sunny D. Harold, your great pants are too tight. No, not on you, you asshole. Jason! Yes, Jason! He took that shit last night! There goes Shelly again, acting like a dick. Stop playing games, how you expect to fuck this Spanish chick? I'll say one good thing about my boy Shelly. He proved he got some guts inside that belly. But shit, oh shit, he pissed off a bunch of bikers. They tracked him down, poured gas around, Loco and Fox, where are the fucking lighters? We got harpoons and handstands walking down the halls. Boy, you wanna mess around, you're getting slipped between the balls. Everyone likes this one cause Jason got his mask. Chris hanged him, killed him. Whoa, wait, oh shit. Whoa, not so fast. Let's cut the crap and end this rap in the final chapter. Let's cut to the twins and the douchebag trying to get him plastered. But first I'm pissed, this thing called me a dead fuck. But Ted, I dated Betty, you know I got my dick sucked. Let's roll back 2 movies ago. Remember Sandra from part 2? Well, time to meet her brother. Tommy took him right into his bedroom, and guess what? He didn't even introduce this guy to his mother. What? No one realized Jason wasn't dead? Rob came to kill him, but he got killed instead. So much for avenging your sister's death, homie. Dude's down in the basement yelling, he's killing me! Jimbo, it's in limbo, you might not get this chick's pants. Oh yeah, yo, show this girl you can dance. Corkscrews, we lose, Jason's always the winner. Tommy can't save us, right? Look, he's just a beginner. No, this boss was upstairs shaving his head. Picked up the machete, one swing, and Jason's dead. Damn, dude, Jason's dead. Sliding down that machete like his head was a sled. The Skeleton Crew. Check us out. Horrorphilia.com. TheSkeletonCrew.net.
Sisters, boneheads. There's been a war going on for decades, but tonight, that war ends. The war between the 2 greatest icons in the silent slasher genre, Friday the 13th and Leprechaun. Wait, Leprechaun? Let me check my notes. Oh, shit. Friday the 13th and Halloween. Both franchises have made their mark on horror history. Halloween is seen as the classier franchise, while Friday the 13th is seen as mindless fun with the storyline that's loosely put together. Halloween has a storyline that is followed very carefully and has many development changes, for better or worse, but is all held together by one man, Dr. Loomis. Friday the 13th tried this with one character, Tommy Jarvis, but he only lasted 3 in the series. Both franchises have major continuity errors throughout, and all are just good fun for fans, not to be taken seriously. But does this mean that we can't decide which franchise is strongest? Friday the 13th or Halloween, boneheads? I bring you the Skeleton Crew with BananaLaser.
Hi, guys. This is Ted White, and you're listening to The Skeleton Crew.
Oh, good. Jason, Ted's here. Hey, Ted? Ted, hey, Ted, where the hell's the corkscrew? Oh, God! Oh, my face! My hand! Oh, God! Guys! Oh, look what Ted did to me! He's killing me! Why are you laughing? Why are you so funny? Oh, Jimbo. Oh, thank God, Jimbo. Oh, you're the only normal one in here.
I said that I wanted to talk to you for a second.
Talk to me about what? I have a machete in my face.
Was I...
Well, spit it out. I'm getting a little woozy here.
Was I a dead fuck?
I'm gonna be a dead fuck if you don't get me to the hospital, you asshole. Alright guys, it's the show you've been waiting for, the biggest Friday the 13th extravaganza in the world. It is Jason's birthday. Ready guys? You know what that means. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Come on, you heard show 84.
Jason,
Happy
birthday for you. Happy birthday.
Mongoloid boy, retard. Retard. Happy birthday
to you.
So we want to do something big. It's Friday the 13th. You know, our show started off with a Friday the 13th retrospective, and we did a couple shows that had interviews from people from Friday the 13th, probably 2 or 3, and then we did a Ted White show and a remake of our own Part 4 review, and that's about it. We really didn't touch Friday the 13th too much in 87 shows. So, being Friday the 13th, the last one we'll be here on, Jason's birthday, it can't get much bigger than that. We decided to bring Friday the 13th back into the fold, and we got our banana buddies here with us. Hello, oh wait, how do you say this? What the fuck is up, Dave Z?
Hey, yo!
And is the man who's nasty here?
Matt Wessell.
If you're nasty, right? Wait, what? Yeah, nah, I don't know. Hey, I'm trying here, man.
Matt Wessell.
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 What are you, a drop? So how do you like it in the dungeon, like this creepy, dank place as opposed to your fancy little lake? You know what it's like? It's like Rocky IV. He was in the hardcore... Yeah, he was in that barn... Yep. And Ivan Drago was in this nice, fancy little laser
He's
lamp.
doing steroids and shit.
Yeah.
That's we're on steroids. We got it. Yep. It's just so wet down here though. It's fucking Jesus.
Jamie likes it that way.
Yeah.
Wet basements and all. Yeah. We decided to find out and get to the bottom of what is the best franchise. You know, Halloween fans think that they're the classy
Leprechaun.
Gremlins.
Oh boy, don't bring it up around Matt, please.
Back to the Future.
Oh, I knew he was going to say that.
The Gambler.
We're here to find out what's the better franchise, Scanners or Maniac Cop?
It's Trancers.
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 But yeah, so seriously, no, we're here to find out what's the true better franchise. We're all 5 of us are huge fans of both Jason and Michael. There's no bias here. Those Banana Boys did their big Halloween retrospective. We did our Friday. They did their Friday. We both love both things. So there's no bias. So we're going to get down to the true answer of what is the better franchise. And we have 3 ways of doing this. We pit the best against the best and the worst against the worst in ranking order, and they're going to battle it out to see which movies beat each other out that way, because it's just not fair to do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, because they're just not, some just don't add up. Then we're going to do like-minded movies where both franchises sort of tried to take the same attempt or go the same route, something like that. You'll see what we mean, and see who did that better. And then we had, behind the scenes, we all submitted our ratings for all 8 movies. We're going to do the source material here. We're not going to do the New Line stuff with Friday the 13th, because that was just, I don't know what that was. But we're doing the first 8, because they both have 8, so we got lucky there. And then we'll do one battle with the remakes, and that's it. We're not doing Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, or
Ghost of Michael Myers?
Ghost of Michael Myers.
We're doing that.
That one, we couldn't find a place for that.
Friday the 13th had no bucket.
That's why I would lose. So it's just not fair. So, and we're not doing Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie because there's no sequel to the remake of Friday the 13th.
Wow, that's why you chose Buckethead. I just realized it. It all goes back to Ghost of Michael Myers. That's the original Buckethead.
Bucket to the head.
We should freeze frame when the bucket makes contact, and then and then just crop a guitar into his hands.
Dude, it's more believable than the fucking dude in The Dark Knight Rises, so you got one up on that.
Oh God, that again. But so that's what we're gonna do, guys. So let's start this off. Do the battle. First we'll start with the lower end movies so that and you guys got to keep score at home because as you could tell we're terrible at it. You ever hear our trivia show?
You never have.
So Dan, you got your pen out?
No, I refuse to even pick one up.
Everyone get out your Crayolas and your coloring books and jot this shit down.
Fucking abacus, you know?
Yeah,
Hey, people don't know what that shit is anymore. Come on.
Right?
I'm just going to separate my pills and just line them up over here. So let's start from the bottom, guys. We rank these accordingly to all the feedback, different websites, years of research from Crystal Lake After Dark and all that good stuff. So this is not our opinions. If it was my opinion, Friday 3 would be at the bottom, so you know it ain't my opinion when I tell you the ratings here.
Suck it.
So here we go. The 2 lowest rated movies from both franchises, oddly enough, are the last ones from both franchises. Jason Takes Manhattan versus Halloween Resurrection. Who's the most passionate here about either one of those movies? I think Jamie. Jamie. So go ahead. What would you say is the obvious choice here?
To me, I would say Resurrection.
Oh!
That's better.
Is better?
What is better?
Is better, yes.
What?
And do I get to explain myself?
Sure. For a little bit.
You're banned. Strike and ban.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Okay. As much as I love Jason, I do. But Jason Takes Manhattan involves Jason on a cruise ship for a majority of the film, and he's peeking around corners and looking. I mean, there's a lot of him just standing and looking, and there's not a whole lot of he's not very ferocious.
As opposed to Michael walking around and standing and looking in his house. Well,
with Resurrection, apart from one very heavy gripe that I have about that film, and it involves Michael being taken down by some kung fu. Which I think is ridiculous. I think the idea is solid. It was timely because of reality shows, etc. And there are some genuinely tense moments when we're following those people through the house. And the one crowd, we get views of the crowd watching them on the internet, but they're kind of helpless. They can see what's happening, but they can't do anything about it. I think that it was successful in some of those. Not completely. I'm not saying I'm not like sucking this movie's dick by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that it was more successful than Jason Takes Manhattan.
Well, I think Halloween 8 has a great idea and premise, but a poor execution. Like, you hear it on paper, and you say War of the Worlds was, everybody thinking something fake was real, and in this movie, everybody thinks that something real is fake. When you put it in those terms, and you think of the people watching, and some people know it's real, and they're helpless, that sounds great. But for some reason, it just didn't play that way. It just doesn't come off as good as it sounds to me. So Matt, what do you think? Because you seem to have an opinion about that.
Well, I don't defend Resurrection that much, but I don't think it's the worst in the series. Right. But that being said, there's just too many elements that they get wrong. When you stack it up to Jason Takes Manhattan, Manhattan's a better film, ultimately, just because it doesn't make cardinal mistakes with the main character and stuff like that. Like, nobody goes up to Jason Voorhees and touches him in the face and tells him, "I'm the one playing Michael Myers, motherfucker," and then Jason walks away. Why? That was the biggest problem with the movie for me. So just that scene alone, like, there's no way Michael would just walk away from him like that.
And they copied Halloween 5 too, right there, with that whole thing with him wearing the mask. The boyfriend picking up the chick.
It's not even original in its own series, yeah.
Yeah, like, it was the same thing, but, like, see, here's the thing about Resurrection, dude. If that shit's on TV, I'm watching it, and I'm not saying it's such a horrible portrayal of Michael Myers, but the thing is, it's so enjoyable. Like, it's so bad that I actually enjoy it, dude. I like that. I like watching that movie, dude. But see, that's the thing. You will never hear me trying to say it's a good film. It's not, but I enjoy watching it, and it's fucking hilarious, dude. When Busta Rhymes is on fucking screen, I mean, come on. That's not enjoyable. I mean,
that scene is hilarious, but
he's got a couple good ones.
There are scenes in Friday where Jason is sneaking into a room to kill someone. Jason doesn't sneak. Jason doesn't have to sneak. I mean, it's not, and I mean, you actually see the doorknob turning and him poking his head inside. That's just silly. I mean, he waits and waits for people to come by and snatches him up or whatever. But I mean, we don't need to see him like opening the door and creaking, going, is anybody in there? Because that's just too timid. Jason's not timid. He's powerful, and like Ted White Jason would never have pulled that bullshit.
Right.
It was his first time on a cruise ship. He was like, "Hey," he's like, "Is this the bar? Is this the bar right here?" No.
The Manhattan
I'll come back later.
I will say the Manhattan parts are more enjoyable, but even then, it could have been much better. I mean, the punch to the head is the best part about it.
Yes.
New York City.
New York City. That is the equivalent to Busta Rhymes. You got.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was gonna bring that up myself. Go ahead, but
there was two guys just beating the shit out of the main villain, and Jason handled it properly. He played with him and said, "You got to be kidding me," and then just grabbed him and knocked his block off. And the other guy actually whip Michael's ass, which is just because he watches TV, and like that's like me watching a Rocky movie and then going, come on, bitch, somebody start something with me, and then I just knock people out, and that and plus a guy like Michael, you could shoot him, you could stab him, you could cut his head off. Well, we'll get to that, but you could do a lot of things, blow him up, drop dynamite in a fucking well, but this guy's gonna beat his ass because why? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. That's the one thing I don't really like about it.
Those are the two worst scenes in those two movies: the rooftop scene in Jason and the backing down with Michael and Busta, excluding the end of Part 8 because that's even worse, and the beginning of Resurrectum because of that. Now let's not forget. That's what I'm saying. Matt and Dan and myself did the show on BananaLaser, and I can tell you what, at the end of the show, I went from giving that movie a 1 to a 2. I'll give them that. Okay?
That was great, yeah.
I'll give them that.
Wow.
Okay, but at the end of the day, I still dubbed that movie Halloween, Resurrectum, and that's where it stays.
Okay.
Terrible cheat in the beginning, and the back down and Busta, and you can listen to our show to hear that shit, but my vote goes to Jason, and I have my problems with Jason Takes Manhattan. I've said it before, but Jason Takes Manhattan is
the better film.
It is a better film.
And you got to give it this too, man. I've said this before. It was like it had to get that bad in order for the Weinsteins to really fucking, not say what you will about Rob Zombie's take on the franchise. It was still a much better direction than the previous one. So it almost had to get that bad for it to get better.
To restart it. Well,
rock bottom.
Now, it went rock bottom. Yep. Okay, Dan, you're the tiebreaker here. I mean, you said that Resurrectum is not that bad, but do you really believe it's a better film than Jason Takes Manhattan?
Oh. No.
Yes!
No. See, that thing, like...
Oh, come on, baby.
I know, but I don't know, dude.
I'll do things to you.
Whoa. Wait, can I change my vote? Holy shit. I love Resurrectum.
We love Resurrectum.
Oh, man.
Now let's resurrect her rectum.
I gotta take my personal feelings out of it. And like I said, I enjoy Halloween. But the thing is, I think Jason's a better film. I mean, but you got to look at different. You got to look at the time too that it was released, and they could have done a lot better with Resurrection.
So so that's it. Part 8 went against Part 8. Oddly enough, guys, you're gonna think I'm messing around with these things, but no. The next one is actually Part 5 versus Part 5 again. I don't know how this happened, but so now you got Friday 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. This one had the copycat Jason in the madhouse, and you got Halloween 5. Woo! I think this is... I don't even know how much discussion this will really take, but...
This is easy.
Yeah, who in the fuck is going with the age here? But Halloween 5, man, they did a really decent job bringing Michael back. He was dead for 10 years. They brought him back. You got Jamie Lloyd, iconic character. You got Rachel, something iconic character. And Loomis is back. And then all of a sudden, they see the success of 1988, and they go, we got to do it again next year. Come on, hurry up. Just get it out. And they just... they put this bullshit script together and just made this nightmare that's called Halloween 5, The Revenge or something, right? Revenge, yeah.
Revenge.
Yeah, so, my God. Who's the most passionate about hating either one of these? I mean,
crickets.
Besides what I just said,
I think we all hate Halloween 5.
It's the worst in a series. Yeah,
Well,
Halloween 5 is the worst.
Jason takes a nap in a shack by the river. That's all you gotta say. Friday 5, even
anything good though in this movie? Like, can we say anything good about Halloween 5?
oh yeah, the new Myers house was awesome.
I do actually think there are some fun kills in 5. So if you just isolate the kills, then I think there's some fun stuff going on there. But overall, Friday takes it. Even if it's not Jason, you don't even know that. I mean, you've heard my defense of that movie on another show. So obviously, I really like that one.
Right. So I'm putting F's across the board here.
Yes.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
F for
easy.
fuck
Yeah,
Halloween. Yeah, that's some bad shit, man. I mean, here's the reason why. And see, I'm with Matt. I think Halloween 5 is worse than Resurrectum because a simple reason. You had Jamie Lloyd. You had Dr. Loomis. You could have had Rachel in the whole movie, but you decided to put an annoying fucktard in the movie instead. What were you thinking? Like, we don't even have to talk about Friday to defend this. I mean, that's pointless. We could just talk about how bad Halloween is. It's unbelievable. What I'm trying to say is they had all that going for it, and they had the 80s, and they did not execute the 80s in a good way.
We all like Friday 5 here, correct? Every one of us? Dan, I'm not so sure about. I think you probably like it the least, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah, Dan gives it a 4 out of 10, so.
I just don't, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. But, hey, it's, it's just, that's just me. But I just didn't like it overall. I didn't like all the characters, I don't know.
But a lot of people hate on it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What you guys think?
I don't, see, the thing is, though, Yeah, no, you're right, but I don't hate on it for, oh, it's not fucking Jason. You know what I mean? Like, I do, but I understand, and I don't like that aspect of it, but that's not why I'm like, fuck this movie.
But as far as the characters, we've got Demon, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We've got...
It's great. Yeah.
We've got the neighbors.
Yeah.
Both of them are fantastic. You know, we've got.
Awesome.
It's just there are a lot of really colorful characters. Even in the beginning, when you have, you know, the fat kid being taken out by the angry guy.
Forget it, Vic.
That is a fun moment. Plus, you've got, you know, what's her name, Voorhees and her tits.
Oh God! Do we even have to compare these two? Okay, let's try.
Debbie
No,
Sue. Debbie
R5 is good. Debbie Sue Voorhees, yeah.
Real quick, yeah, I like what Jamie said. Is there anything about Halloween 5? I mean, besides a couple kills, probably nothing, right?
No, just the one girl.
And that fucking clown music that they played when the cops came.
Oh my God, dude, it was fucking Last House on the Left all over again.
And that mask, how did they ruin the... I mean, the mask in 4 wasn't that good, but then they just really fucking went off the rails with the 1 and 5.
Right.
It's like, you just made the movie last year, yeah. Like, what? Why didn't they just use the same one? What the fuck?
Horrible.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah, it is horrible.
Yeah, and I love the premise of the mask. He falls down a fucking river or whatever, and, you know, down the well into the river into the guy's shack, and his mask just magically changes. Like, how? There's no excuse for this. Like, at least you can say, because at this point the mask wasn't an issue yet, because you had part 1, they used the same one in part 2, 10 years go by, so it's okay. You give it a pass. Okay, the fucker's not gonna have the same mask. Why he picks the exact look, you know, white one? He must really be into it. I don't know. But, so he gets that, but then you figure, well, that's cool. You know, next year I'll have the same one again. No, he's a completely different looking mask, long neck, black eyes. Horrible.
Michael likes to stay on top of the trends.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, at least they didn't. They did it in H2O as well with the CGI mask. They did it in that movie.
Yeah, but that's you're right. That was for one scene, so I can give it a pass.
Yeah, right.
I guess I had to bring that.
No, I thought about it too. Believe me.
And
we'll get there.
Let's look at the fact that Friday 5 had Tommy Jarvis, and he was tortured at that point by Jason Voorhees. And then Halloween 5 has Jamie Lloyd. She's tortured by the fact that her uncle exists. And clearly, even if you don't like Tommy Jarvis in Friday 5 or the way he portrays the character, just the way they do that story of the main character being tortured by the villain is much better in part 5. It's fucking garbage in Halloween.
Wait, Matt, are you implying that her suddenly not being able to talk is stupid? I think you're way off. Tommy Jarvis should have not talked and followed suit, but whatever.
Good thing she has such an expressive eyebrow.
Oh, I wonder if it was like that when she was younger.
It was totally like that. It was always like that. It's always
Jamie.
It's not from the surgery.
Somebody needs to do a screen grab, of when she was young and when she's older. See if the eyebrows the same.
The evolution
Right.
of the eyebrow. All right, guys.
Keeps going up
eyebrow.
and up and up.
Let me say one thing. Friday 5 is loaded with very memorable quotes. It's a very quotable movie. And that sums it up. There's nothing you can fucking quote from Halloween 5.
Dave, will you shut the fuck up?
Tina! Yeah.
Yeah, right? Tina!
Even Loomis said nothing in that movie.
Oh, yeah, he said, the rage won't go away.
Oh, yeah, my bad. All right.
His speech in that was terrible.
Go home. Yeah, even the speech was bad.
Yeah, it's great, though. It's still classic. Yeah. The Rage and Go Home, Michael, that's worth the price of admission. That, Samantha. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, Michael
movie.
drives a car through a field to run the kids down. Yeah, this is going really well. You know. We're going to Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. That's the third worst, and it's going against Halloween 6, which that's only better than... Halloween 6 is pretty much only better than 5 and 8. I mean, let's face it, it's not better than anything else.
It's not better than any of them. Halloween 6 blows chunks.
It's better than 5 and 8, Jamie.
No, it's not.
Oh, come
No.
on, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the producer's cut?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I'm just kidding.
I did, and that makes it even worse.
Yeah, that would be at the bottom if we're going by that. So, Friday 7 and 6. Halloween 6. So, Friday 7 is just riddled with bad writing. Jason looks amazing. The characters are memorable. The kills are all edited out. You can't even see anything. It does have one of the biggest kills that you could ever remember, which is the sleeping bag kill. And it has telekinesis. I mean, you got a girl. Like, when have you ever seen this in the real world? Like a girl, but then you can say, well, idiot, whoever, you never seen Jason either. But I mean, come on. Like, it has to exist in some reality. I think. I don't recall seeing anyone in the world throw couches across the room just by thinking about it, or drowning her father, and he just hangs out in a lake for 20 years and then pops up and pulls Jason down. Like, I mean, this is just riddled with stupidity, which is why it's so low on the list. Halloween 6, that just did the worst thing you could do to a franchise or a character. You explain him to death, and what do? You put him in a cult, you make him rape his niece, and then she has a baby, and then he has to kill the baby after he kills the niece.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like, what is this? Just kill her. Why would you have to make her? Why do you have to kill two people? Can't you just kill her and be done with it? I don't even understand it. And
it has something to do with Stonehenge. I don't fucking know.
Oh. Stonehenge.
Are we talking Halloween 3 or 6 right here? But this movie would have been good. It would have been a solid entry if you got rid of that stuff and maybe sped up some of the other stuff. It would have been pretty solid. What do you guys think about Halloween 6?
Dude, I'm on that side, man, as opposed to 7. I like Halloween 6 better, man. I think despite all that bullshit that you just mentioned with the whole trying to explain it to death or whatever, I think it's got better scenes. I mean, like you said, with 7, it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, it's fucking Kane Hodder. Fuck out of here, dude. That movie sucks.
That means nothing to me. I honestly don't like Kane Hodder, and I don't think I've ever said this on the record before, so I could get a shitstorm for this, but I don't like Kane Hodder as Jason.
Oh my gosh. Plenty of us. All of us here are big fans of the series. Are we big fucking Kane Hodder heads? I don't think any of us are. No,
I mean, Brooker, White.
Yep, there you go. You said it.
I'm a fan of Hodder as a zombie, but zombie Jason doesn't rank anywhere near the normal Jason. So I mean, I'm big into Steve Dash. That's my favorite. Ted White is also my favorite. Like, those two are pretty tied with me. Brooker, I could take him or leave him, which is odd to you guys, I guess. And Tom Morga, whatever, from 5. But Kane Hodder, I mean, I'd like him more than C.J. Graham.
Yeah, right.
But what does that mean, though? And all his movies pretty much suck. Friday 9 sucks or goes to hell.
Which that's not his fault,
right?
But I'm not really because when Kane Hodder comes in, and you can blame it on the writing and the direction as well, but he just doesn't get to do a whole lot. I mean, you look at Ted White Jason, and he is wrecking shit. I mean, he is like angry Jason.
Well, Jason busted through the door in Manhattan.
Yeah, but I mean, he can just walk through it. That doesn't mean
didn't look the same.
But
didn't have the same feel.
I mean, I don't really care for the portrayal under the mask, and so I don't have anything against Kane Hodder personally. He's just not my favorite Jason.
And I'll say this too, he sucks in the Jason movies, but let's face it, he wouldn't have got the Hatchet job if it weren't for that. And the Hatchet movies, he's fucking awesome.
Hatchet job.
He gets to do he gets to do a lot in those movies. He's fucking crazy. He's hacking people up with a fucking 10-foot chainsaw. So I think he's good in that.
Well, yeah, but he has a rubber body. Like, it just looks weird.
No, but you said he didn't get to do anything. He gets to do a lot in the Hatchet movies.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true, yeah. Yeah, so I guess it was direction, Jamie. So they just didn't really utilize them to go. So what do you guys, the Banana Boys, what do you two think of this battle?
Hey, Banana Boys.
Hey, this is actually tough for me because I'm kind of split on these movies. I actually enjoy Halloween 6 to some extent. I mean, yeah, the whole Thorn cult is ridiculous, but it's got a pretty good portrayal of Michael Myers before the ending. The scenes that he's in, I actually like. Some of the kills are pretty good. So, Friday New Blood has got some great shit too. They kind of go, I don't know, they're kind of equal. So, it's kind of tough for me, but I'm going to have to stick with Friday on this, just the fact that the Thorn thing is just way out of line, just given that.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And wait, Jamie, you said what was your choice again?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. No question.
Dave, what about you? What do you think? Oh wait, by the way, it's 2. It's so. It looks like Friday 1. So no matter what you say, it's irrelevant, Dave.
I'm the asshole here.
Well, it's funny because I'm 100% with what Matt said exactly.
Yeah.
That this is the toughest battle so far. But at the end of the day, for obvious reasons, there's good and bad about both of them. But it's like a flip a coin situation.
You know, and here's the thing about these two movies that I'll give this: the watch factor, the fun factor. Halloween 6 is not that fun to watch.
No.
You know,
No.
That's true.
you can make fun of the fucking nerd going. I have a date with a soap on a rope, and you can make fun of the chick getting an axe in her head and thrown behind the TV. That shit's funny as hell. You can make fun of the guy.
Space Mommy.
Yes, Starlacon, and
That's the worst line.
exactly.
Of the whole franchise, that's the worst line in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. and the guy's like, I grew up with a really bad crowd. I went to night school. It's like, ooh, tough guy. Like you could.
I went to night school.
You're not trying. You know, like there's a bunch of shit to make fun of, and it's more memorable. I mean, what is funny about Halloween 6? I mean,
Loomis. Unintentionally.
Oh, that's
as usual.
just sad.
Well, no, I don't mean it in a mean way. I'm just saying Loomis.
Oh, okay.
No matter what he does, he usually, gets a chuckle out of me.
get
It's
your
just
family
like,
out of here. And here's the other thing. Here's something I'm going to discredit Halloween 2 is that they don't really progress all that much. Jason. I don't know where he was on the outskirts in part 7, and he runs into Carrie essentially. And I mean, at least you went somewhere with this franchise. Halloween, we're back to the fucking same old bullshit.
Now, to me, it's crazy because Michael Myers has somewhat of a motivation, where Jason Voorhees, he's just, I don't know, seemingly brain dead or whatever. So you would think the Halloween series would be more interesting and more progressive. But to me, overall, it's the opposite.
And more cerebral.
Right, exactly.
He has a reason, but they're stupid reasons.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If it was better written, then it would be great. But, one thing about Friday 7, the climax of that movie, I think is still pretty good and exciting. I like seeing the epic, the showdown between him and Tina at the end. As silly as it is with the telekinesis,
When Dad comes out of the water,
Well,
just
that's-
the chub.
excluding that, the climax, not the actual finale, but the climax of that with the last 15 minutes until the dad pops out of the water. Of course, I think it's pretty engaging. It's fun to watch it. Still,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, in defense of Halloween 6, you got to look at it this way. Donald Pleasant's performance, I think, was probably a little, even though he was basically on his fucking deathbed, it was still better than his performance in 5. And it was his final film in the Halloween series. You got to look at that, and it was better than 5. So say what you will about the movie, but it still, whether it progressed it or not, like you said, story wise or whatever. They made a better movie, I think. I mean, say what you will about it, but can everybody agree that 6 is better than 5?
Oh yeah.
oh,
Okay,
obviously.
so
Nope.
Yeah. Jamie's
No?
the only one. Yeah.
no,
No.
Jimmy?
Yeah, but so I think you just gotta give it its due. And personally, I like Paul Rudd in it. I mean, it's clearly his first acting role, but I just like seeing that, and I like a lot of the sequences. And
Get me a doctor.
Yeah, when he's yelling at the nurse, that is some hilarious shit.
yeah, dude,
Yeah, there you go. That's one thing.
Yeah, so
I need a doctor now!
Give me a doctor now.
Can I pit the Man in Black against Creighton Duke? Because they're both rocking those long coats and the hats.
And the silver tip boots.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a Terror Dome battle. Shit.
From BananaLaser, what do you think of my theory that the part 7 ending with the dad bringing Jason down? What do you think about the idea that was just her telekinesis pulling chains around his neck and pulling him down, and in her mind it was her father because there was some kind of, like whatever I said in that retrospective.
I love it. That actually makes sense because the ending we get makes no sense. So
I like it too. I mean, because in reality, if he had been down there all that time, what is she going to resurrect? Nothing. Some disjointed bones, because the
Hey, it
fish
would've been
will have
fish.
picked everything clean.
He would have been flounder shit by the time they got him.
There's no corpse left to bring up. So I really think that makes a lot of sense.
he would have looked like Swamp Thing or something.
That would have been cool.
they probably said to themselves at one point, they said, okay, in the last movie, it took Tommy Jarvis a long time to fucking throw this chain around Jason's neck. So why don't we just give it telekinesis so when we end it in the same way, we could just fucking have him wrap the chains around and boom, problem solved. Let's make a movie around it. Go.
You know what we're all thinking, right? Let's say it. 1, 2, 3. Well, this is my life now. We're all in sync here. So
yeah, Alex, your explanation was very good.
Thanks.
Fucking much better. Yeah,
I try to make sense of these.
That was good, buddy.
So now that's 4-1. Dan's the only one. So we got Friday 13th is the winner. Friday 7 is better than Halloween 6.
I hate you guys.
Here's what's scary, guys. I'm going to give it to you right now. This is scary. We got one more to go, and then we're going to take a break. What's scary is that right now, it's all Friday the 13th, man. So let's hope Halloween...
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, well, let's hope Halloween pulls some shit out of their... Well, I shouldn't say it that way. But let's hope they pull something out of their ass.
They already have.
Resurrect them.
Yeah, they did, actually. We just talked about it.
Shit out of Resurrect them, yes.
This is going to be, I guarantee you, the most interesting one to talk about on the lower half. Friday the 13th, Part 6 versus Halloween 3.
Oh, shit.
Oh, come on.
Not even close.
Motherfucker. No, I can't.
That's easy.
Very, very easy. I know Jamie loves...
take a back seat.
I know, yeah. I know she loves Jason Lives, so yeah, I can see why that's...
Well, I want to hear Jamie's, what's going on in her mind right now. Go ahead.
This is so not good. I'm gonna have to go Halloween 3. I really don't have an option. There is no question, but it hurts my heart that I have to kick 6 to the curb because I really love Jason Lives. I love the shit out of that movie.
You hear a commentary?
Pitted against Halloween, yeah, I love that. Pitted against Halloween 3, I can't do it. I mean, Tom freaking Atkins and everything. Halloween 3 is just amazing. So there's no option.
Exactly. Matt, what do you think?
Well, Halloween 3, the score, the Stonehenge. I mean, the Cockring. That guy is a great villain. Just the whole idea behind it.
Final processing.
Yes.
Buddy Cochran and his son.
Yeah.
You got the misfire. You got the fucking. You got
the banana laser to her mouth.
Oh yeah.
Stop it! Stop it!
You got
stop
it.
Yeah, the ending is classic. Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. Friday 6 gets so much wrong tonally, whereas the tone of Halloween 3 is incredible, and it's great throughout.
They bring Halloween into it. It feels like Halloween in that film. You see kids all over dressed up for Halloween. There's the anticipation for Halloween. You know, you get Halloween night. I love the shots of the silhouettes of the children trick-or-treating. It's just
the robot guys are they're great villains. Yeah.
Yep.
They finally found a role that Dick Warlock can actually look natural in. I'm sorry, John Moran. Don't kill me.
Come here, Dan Chalice. I wish they would have talked. Yeah, why didn't they talk? That would have been great.
Yeah, right.
I know they sneeze, but they can't talk.
You know that girl you fucked is a robot too, right?
Are you Stephen Hawking? Uh-oh. So what is your theory really quick? That's the big faux pas possibly of Halloween 3. Like, so Ellie, we're going to assume when she was kidnapped, maybe killed, who knows, just locked away in some other room. But no matter what theory you go with, there are major problems because if you go with that, let's just say Cochran took her, kidnapped her, did a replica of her, and sent her back out with Chalice. Even if you go by that theory, it doesn't make any sense because she's just walking out, doesn't do anything when he's bombing the place with those things and it all explodes. She doesn't stop him in any way, shape, or form. She's just hanging out with him, chilling, jumping in the car, going for a ride. And 20, 30 minutes later, she decides, oh, well, I'm going to kill you now.
I think she was a robot the whole time because, one, she fucked Tom Atkins. That's crazy.
She's like a motorized real doll.
And well, no, I think Cockring was trying to clean up his mess, and so he, I don't know, designed her to go back and fill in any holes, so to speak.
That's what Tom did that.
I've thought about that myself, but it kind of feels like she did the opposite. Like she sort of stirred things up. If she,
right,
if he had left her, if that was his plan, and he had just left her out of it, wouldn't things have just calmed down? But she went in and she's like, "Oh, my father," and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so
she went to the bar. Yeah.
I don't. I've thought about that too. Like I've been for years trying to figure out exactly at what point I felt like she, became robotic, and if it was from the beginning, but they're just, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
Well,
to do.
I have the answer.
Yeah, because the director's here, Mr. Wallace. Welcome to the show, sir.
No, I have an answer, and none of you can dispute it. Ready?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, don't I always have things like this? And I'm usually
Yes.
right. So don't. Ready? So check it out. It's not a robot the whole movie because Cochran already stated they could do everything but talk, and she talked the whole movie. So there you go.
Very good.
Yeah.
And why would Cochran fucking send somebody after Tom Atkins?
Yeah, who's Tom Atkins?
Dr. Chalice.
Right.
What does he care? Because he has a feeling that guy told him they're going to get us all. How would Cochran know that? So that's why it makes no sense.
Right.
I thought about
A
it.
drunk
and,
doctor would not have figured all this out on his own without her help.
Dr. Mixer was there?
The other drunk doctor. So now
He's got to do something to fill the time while he ignores his kids.
yeah, gets him a fucking bunny mask.
Just an excuse, right?
Yeah, $2 fucking rubber band. So now we pretty much praised Halloween 3 except for that one glaring omission, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. Now let's get to Friday 6. Why is Halloween beating this so clearly? What did they do wrong? The tone? Like Dan.
Tone.
There you go.
All tone.
Yeah, Dan's a big fan of the humor. When we did the show, he didn't seem to mind at all. So what do you think, Dan? Like about this throw in the face and the tree, and there's a happy face and the decapitation and the fucking paintball all together and all that stuff.
Well, I hate that fucking part, but I do like the humor overall in that movie. I just think if you put it up to Halloween 3, okay, Halloween 3 wins. I love that movie. Like I said, I didn't discover it till much later in my horror career. but the thing is, like, I loved it so much when I saw it, and like Jamie said, with the silhouettes, there was so much to that movie that I just fucking I dug it, man. But yeah, Fridays, it's a hard matchup, dude. But I would definitely take Halloween 3 over it. But yeah, you're right. Like Friday 6 is fucking just so much fun, dude. And yeah, it takes some missteps with that scene that you just mentioned and a couple other things.
A lot of groaners.
Yeah, for sure. But it was just, hey, I like that movie. I think it's an enjoyable, fucking fun watch.
It's good, but it just doesn't beat Halloween, is what you're saying.
Fuck no. Atkins, motherfucker.
Yeah, even if you put the two main guys, you put Atkins against Thom, it's just, to me, I mean...
That's hard for me, too, because I have a huge crush on Tom Matthews. Huge.
Thom.
Yeah.
I love Tom Matthews, but not in this movie. How about that?
What?
I just love this
And that
movie.
sums it all up. For me, I know you do, but me, I in Return of the Living Dead, he's great. I love him in that
Absolutely.
movie. But to sum it all up, one word, atmosphere. The atmosphere, the atmosphere of Jason Lives is hokey, and when it tries to be serious, I can't take it serious because Tommy Jarvis, the character in that movie, just doesn't do it for me.
But you're gonna listen to me!
Yeah, I just don't like it. And the atmosphere of Halloween 3 is unmistakable. It's fucking a fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah.
Dark, man.
That sums it up. That's all I can say about
His character makes no sense because he wants to fuck Jason instead of the blonde who's just basically on his cock the whole time. Makes no sense. That's why the movie fails.
Jennifer Cook is another good part of that movie.
But then you got Ellie, or what the fuck is her name?
the girl from the van.
The Halloween 3 girl.
Oh, yeah, her Ellie, yeah, whatever.
Ellie,
Yeah, I
right?
forget.
Yeah. So you got Ellie versus Jennifer Cook. I'm going to take Ellie. I'm sorry. I don't think it's even a comparison.
Agreed.
Even there, you know. The kills are obviously probably better in Jason 6.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got the back snap back. You got the punch through the chest.
Plus, it's
don't
highly
know.
quotable, you know, like
don't
wherever
know.
the little red dot goes, ya bang.
Yeah, bang.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But what about, you wouldn't believe the time we had getting it here? You could have...
It's great.
The kills in Halloween 3 are pretty good, though.
I agree, they are.
the super strength on those guys, and there's beheadings and stuff. That's some good stuff. Yeah, I like that.
It's close. Friday 6 had a couple really good kills, but very little on-screen violence. And just, we talked about it all in the commentary, and fucking that's all there is to it.
Here's another weakness of 6, is that they literally hired more people to come in and up the body count. When you do stuff like that, I'm sorry, man. Shit's going thin now, and it shows, Yes, you killed somebody at this minute mark, but fuck, man, it just didn't impact me. Sorry, seeing two people on a scooter picnicking at 10 o'clock at night. Really?
Yeah, no, that's bad. That's bad. But it actually includes campers, which is not something you frequently get in a Friday the 13th film. It actually has campers. And then there is a bit of nostalgia there for me. That was filmed practically in my backyard, and I went to high school with one of the campers who's actually credited. So, there is, I'll admit, I have some nostalgia for that one, but I remember the very first time I watched Friday 6, it scared me. It did. Well, I watched it when it came out, and that night I was going around checking my doors and windows. It really freaked me out. So,
as a 29-year-old girl, it probably was scary.
I wasn't.
I love how James like, it really scared me. We're all like laughing at her.
Yeah, I don't care.
At that age, sure, I can see that.
Well, I told this story on the commentary that we did, that this is the only movie in the world, because I was sleeping over somebody's house, and this is the only tape I brought, I think. Or no, actually, believe it or not, it was this in Halloween 5 for some reason. I don't know why I brought that. I must have picked it up by accident. I have no idea. But
damn.
So
at the store?
Yeah, right? No, well, in all fairness, I bought that before I watched it, because that's when I first got into horror, and I just bought them all, so. But, so I
understand.
Yeah, funny story, though. Not funny, but I never bought Halloween 5 ever again, so.
Well, that's very logical.
Yeah, it's not funny, it's logic. It's smart. But, so I watched Friday 6, and nobody woke up yet, so I just rewinded it and watched it again, so. And Matt said he did that when he was 10 years old, I think, so. I was 20, but
whenever this movie came out, I remembered loving it, and everybody loving it. One, because Jason was back, and Jason literally rose from the grave this time for real. And so when you're a kid, all those elements seem fun, and the jokes and all that, but looking at it as an adult, it's not good.
Yeah.
None of that works as an adult. It's a kid's show.
Yeah,
basically.
It is right.
Alice.
Yeah, that's true. But
Alice Cooper, okay.
That is a benefit, yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's the one. That's the other. That's the other good thing. But
I think as children,
behind the mask.
I think as children, we all liked it better. Every one of us here has some type of nostalgia for seeing it their first time.
Yes.
I was there opening night also, and I enjoyed it then too. And I hate to let it go, but I can't help it. In my adult life, when I watch it, it just doesn't have that effect on me anymore. A lot of these do, like I said.
They still do.
Nostalgia weighs in, yeah. But for some reason, with this one, it's completely left me, the nostalgia on this movie.
It's so weird. I'm so glad you guys are saying that so frequently, because this is the movie that I really thought was great. I would have put this in my top 4 if you asked me in 2002. And that's because I actually got into these movies. I did watch them at 10 and all that, but I didn't even know which one I was watching. I probably saw it once every 2 years or whatever. I had no idea. But, I really focused on these things at 20 years old in the year 2000. So even at that time, I really liked this, and I thought, wow, yeah, it had an amazing beginning, and Tom Matthews, it's fucking great. And as the years went on, man, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's just like, fuck. So, but it ranked pretty high here. It's number 5 out of the 8, So, there you go. This is Halloween, straight across the board. Halloween is way better than Friday the 13th Part 6, and the other only clean sweep was Friday 5 is better than Halloween 5. So we got 2 clean sweeps. So right now, the score is Friday the 13th has 3 wins and in the lower end of these movies, and Halloween has 1 win. Thank God for the mustache. So we'll be right back after this to wrap it up with the heavy hitters of Friday the 13th and Halloween. Hey, man, this could all turn around. You got Halloween 1, Halloween 2, H2O, and Halloween 4 to go up against the first 4 Friday the 13th. We'll be right back.
Don't shoot, please!
You in show business, kid? You should know how to make an entrance.
You gotta do something! Jason's alive! He killed my friend, now he's coming for me!
Now you better cool out a minute, girl. You almost got your head blown to pieces.
Will you listen, damn it?
Don't piss me off, bitch, or I will repaint this office with your brains.
Jason is alive! We dug up his body, I was gonna cremate it and...
Hold on, whoa, what's your name, bitch?
Thomasina Jarvis, we gotta do something. He's even more powerful now that...
Aren't you the girl whose mother and friends were...
Yeah, Jason murdered him and...
And you've been at some psychiatric clinic ever since, haven't you?
Yes, but they released me because...
Rain stop. You owe me that thigh spot, partner. Oh, sorry, I didn't...
No problem, Rick. Come over and meet our former resident here, Thomasina Jarvis. She's got some kind of prank going on about...
There's no time for this bullshit. Jason's gotta be stopped.
Now that's what's known in the book as screwing the pooch. Iron this bitch.
No, you gotta listen. Jason's coming back here. He's after me. I tried to destroy him, but I fucked up.
You got that right. Now you listen up. I'm sorry for what happened to you and your folks years ago, but no one in Forest Green wants to be reminded of what that maniac did here. That's why we changed the name to Forest Green. People want to forget this was once Crystal Lake, and they don't need some bitch stirring Jason shit up again.
Why didn't you cremate him?
They were gonna, but some asshole sent a lot of money to give Jason and his mother a decent burial. Now look, you just lie down and get some rest. In the morning I'll call that clinic and see if they'll collect your ass.
If you just go to the cemetery, you'll see I'm not lying.
Either you go to sleep, or I'll come in there and put you out.
You're gonna be sorry you didn't listen to me.
And you're gonna be sorry if you don't shut the fuck up. Alright guys, we are back. Friday the 13th versus Halloween. What is the better franchise overall? We're all trying to be subjective here and just find the logical answer to what's stronger. What's the stronger franchise? They're the two big guys.
Yeah.
See, I like this pairing because they're both silent monsters.
Right.
Yeah.
Who wear
That's-
masks,
Yeah.
and so I think that just the icons alone have similarities.
Yeah, so it works. And I think these are people's two favorite guys. So here we go. Now we did the bottom end of both franchises. Now we're going for the big boys. These are the iconic classics for the most part. So now we're gonna go Friday the 13th Part 3D versus Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, the fourth best one in the series for both.
This is going to be interesting, knowing everybody's opinions already.
Yeah, it's interesting. Me and Dan are pretty well known for not being big advocates of Friday the 13th Part 3. Matt and Dave are, as well as Jamie. So I think, but I don't know how much they like Halloween 4, so there's still something to be said here. So let's go to Dan. What do you think are the weak points of Friday the 13th Part 3? If you can sum it up in a minute or so.
For real.
Yeah, how much time? Yeah, I mean, okay. What are the good parts? How come Halloween 4 is better than Friday 3?
I don't think it is.
Oh,
shit! Yes!
nice.
What?
All right.
I love it. What?
That's all. No, for real though, I like Friday 3 better, definitely, because Halloween 4. I mean, look, it tried to bring him back, like Jonathan Orr says.
Yo.
And in my opinion, it just it went south, dude. I mean, look at what it turned into. Now, is it as bad as 5, and is it as the worst in the franchise? Fuck no. But if you put it up to Friday 3, which I got my problems with it for sure, but I like it a lot better than 4 for sure.
Wow. So 4 is just like a bore fest for you, pretty much.
I don't know. It didn't bring it back. I don't know.
It doesn't pop.
Yeah, it just I don't know. Like I said, it's not the worst, but it's almost like the beginning of the end until later films, I believe, because you got 1 and 2 and. You exclude 3, obviously, and because he's not in that one. So I love 1 and 2, and if he's going to be gone for a while, how long was it between those two?
10 years.
10 years, dude. So you could have done a lot with that, and they just did. It just I don't know. It just I just didn't like it.
Here's one thing I'll agree with Dan, and this is well-known knowledge if you have the Blu-ray. The guy who wrote this movie the something Dwiddle or Dwight something.
Dwiddle, fucking Dwiddle.
I hate that fucker.
I think that's really his name. But the writer, check this out. He had to hurry up and write this before they went on strike.
Right.
Literally, he was racing against the clock, and usually when you shoot a movie, writing still goes on to strengthen the scenes that have not been shot yet. So nothing was being done here except for just filming what was done and fucking ad-lib shit, I guess. So that is one glaring omission of Halloween 4. Dan's right. It's been 10 years. The first two really came in strong, man. And they could have done a lot. I really don't like it when movies are gone for so long and they come back and don't show me that they've put a lot of thought into this. That's not a good thing.
And yeah, exactly. And dude, what you said about Dwiddle too. I mean, it's just one of those things where you look at that situation and you go, "Oh," but you don't give it a pass by any means because the movie is what the movie is. It's like, yeah, that's unfortunate, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I do sympathize with that situation, but still, it's like, yeah, but your movie still sucks. At the end of the day, that's what was released. And, it doesn't matter who's to blame. I don't care. I don't know these people. I know the movies for what they are. And to me, that movie sucks. I don't look at it like, oh, he's to blame. He's to blame. I mean, I don't,
It doesn't mean shit at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And we're not nice to anybody unless we're interviewing them.
And then I just don't show up.
Yeah, then Jamie will just dip out. So, is there anybody here who's going to...
No, Halloween 4 is a lesser movie to me for a couple reasons. Because I actually like a little bit of Halloween 4. Not a lot, but to me, for two reasons. The Jamie Lloyd connection, the whole niece thing, is a terrible idea. It's just terrible from Jump Street. And the kills are not very memorable. That I can't even think of one. Well, I guess the Kelly Meeker kill. But that's about it that I can think of.
And then he crushes a kid's face.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. But to me, Friday 3 just has more memorable stuff going on.
Right.
Yeah, even though it's gimmicky, it's got a lot of shit that looks totally dated because of the 3D effect and shit like that, but it's still a more fun film than Halloween 4.
Wow.
Yeah, if you take out the first 10 minutes of Halloween 4 and you take out Loomis altogether, there won't even be a discussion ever about Halloween 5. There's nothing to it. Halloween 4, there's nothing to it.
Now, hold on. So we definitely know where Jamie stands on this, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
are you saying that you're on Halloween 4 side here, Alex?
That's so funny, man. Listening to you guys talk, I'm actually switching my vote. I was going to go with...
Yes! Really?
Halloween.
You were
You were
pick...
going to go with Halloween?
Wow, I never would have thought that.
Just because you hate Friday 3 so much.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, it's like Friday 3 added nothing at all to the franchise.
Except
And
the mask.
Oh,
It may not have added, but it didn't shit on the franchise.
right. That's true.
There's
That's
still
true.
a lot to
And-
take away. The final chase scene alone is fucking...
That is epic.
Yeah. Right
Yeah,
on.
but then you got the mom jumping out of the lake at the end with the fucking head.
No head, I know. I was being sarcastic. I thought that you were going to still go with your hate on 3 at the end of the day.
Well, and then you got the wires with all the snakes and the bad choices for 3D, like a rat climbing on a pole towards you. Like, what is that? And a clothesline. Like, you could have done, and popcorn. You could have done so many better things than that, dude. Like, you missed an opportunity when you shoved the thing through Edna's head. How come her eye didn't come out towards the fucking camera? Why did it just come out of between your fingers? Like, what is that? You could have done so many better things with the 3D. They just totally blew it. I just don't even understand. It's just...
That was also a learning experience. That was the first time it had ever been done. I mean,
Learn on your own time, not mine! I'm paying for good quality.
You ruined my franchise. I hate you all.
to this day, I can't. The thing is that film it has lasting power. To this day, I cannot eat a chocolate donut and drink Sunny D without thinking of
Ugh.
which I don't. By the way, I don't like Sunny D either. I don't, or even.
That
but
guy is fucking disgusting.
he is totally gross.
I can't take a shit and get up without wiping my ass without thinking of him.
God, so many. It's so rampant in this series. What is it about the Friday the 13th people that they they have no bathroom?
Ask Demon.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't eat my weed without thinking of Chuck and Chili. You know.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, right.
So, Alex, would you like Friday 3 more? I mean, I know you would more, but would it be passable for you if the 3D element was just eliminated?
Yeah, and you cleaned up the film, and somebody checked the fucking gate. That was the dirtiest looking thing.
Yeah,
I've ever
you're
seen in my
right.
life.
The film grade is just atrocious.
It is, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, even Lloyd, he had the Blu-ray and he said he sold it, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why'd you sell it? He goes, because it looks like shit.
Yeah.
And it's just a terrible looking movie. I mean, all around. I don't know, man. I don't know where my hatred. You know, if I have to be honest, which I don't want to be, because I look kind of stupid right now, but if I had to be honest, man, my hatred in Friday 3 grew from everyone's love for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone, and the obvious reason, and it's not as clear as that, I'm not that stupid. The obvious reason is because they all loved it just because they all said, that's the one where he gets his mask. And the more I heard that, the more I saw stupid just grew this really strange anger towards this movie, and I really began to hate it. And I just gave it no credit for anything at all.
Is it because people try to identify, like, oh, I'm a Friday fan with that statement?
Well, just picking 3 as your favorite is insane to me.
That's wrong.
That's
just
just
wrong,
silly.
of course.
Yeah, that is wrong.
My second favorite.
Well, there you go. That's good.
I can understand that. Yeah.
That's
fair enough.
acceptable. That's acceptable.
It is.
Second
Now,
favorite,
I do cite it at being the one that introduces the mask, but that really, in all honesty, has nothing to do with my love for it.
Right.
Because before
we
this
get
film
it.
came along, there was no mask. So it's like when I first saw this, it's not like I was like, ooh, the iconic mask, because it hadn't been it wasn't anything yet. You know, it was. Well, I mean, I love Brooker as Jason. I gotta. You know, I love the way
You
he
love
does
that strut
everything.
when he walks.
I do.
back on
Yeah, it's
the
great.
dock.
I
love that strut.
In all
I don't.
honesty, I had
I do.
mask on, not mask off, but mask
Fuck me
on.
with the mask on.
Mask on.
I have a huge crush on Jason from Part 3 because he is powerful. He does have that sexy strut.
He's missing teeth.
You know,
It's-
I said mask on. Damn
He's got
it!
a pig nose.
Like, I love you, baby, but put this bag over your head, please.
Put it back on.
Part 2 is so amazing that, you know, it had such an iconic, classic, lovable ending with Jason jumping through the window. The fact that this movie decides they're gonna shit on that just because why? Because, we don't want him to run around with long hair, so instead of showing people that that's what he really looks like, let's just make believe you never really saw him without the bag on his head, and that way we get to have him run around with no hair, the look we want, and we'll just dismiss the amazing ending. And we could do that because they did it in Part 1, because that clearly wasn't a real kid jumping out of a lake, so we'll just do it again. It works.
If they did that today, there would be uproar.
Oh, anarchy.
Yeah. Oh, people would fucking lose their minds. Yeah.
So fuck you for doing that. But yes, I'm coming around. It's really, and I watched it the day Richard Brooker died out of respect because I do love the franchise, and I put it on and I did enjoy it. It was fine.
Nice.
So
there you go. You know what,
You're
Alex?
right.
Part of the hate might be because you love Part 2 so much and the whole thing with the mask, as we all do. And then you see, like, fanboys, when you were first starting around on the internet, like, kind of ignoring Part 2 and saying, Part 3 is great. That's the real Jason. That's where he gets his mask. Yeah. You probably saw, like, some people saying that. And
and they said that's where he becomes the guy we know. And that's when he becomes the real this and that, the icon. Fuck, he was the icon before you, dipshit.
Right. Exactly. So I understand where it comes from a little bit.
Yeah. So I think you pinpointed
Aren't you
it.
guys fanboys, though, too?
We are.
Okay, gotcha.
We didn't know that until some really clever guy wrote that in an email, though.
That was
an
up.
observation one time.
That was
a
up.
long time ago.
But that
A
had
fanboy approach.
That was up.
Who would do that? That was up.
How did everybody like our fanboy approach to our retrospective? There you go. Clear across the boards. Clean sweep. Friday 3 is better than Halloween 4. I should have known that, but whatever. So now we got the third best out of each franchise. Now we're getting here. This is going to be different. You got Friday the 13th Part 1 versus Halloween H2O.
Oh shit!
Oh,
son.
come on.
No contest.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No contest.
I hope, guys, Halloween has to win some of these.
No, I know
It won for Halloween 3. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have to keep having Halloween win a couple of these things.
You
No,
need a different guests on then.
It weighs
Yeah, where's
out
Michael
the-
J when you need him?
I give it a 10.
Damn.
10.
I think Friday has clinched.
Let the body parts fall where they may. The winner is the winner.
All right. Well, here's what I'm happy about. We did choose 3 different ways to find out the best, so that's good. Even if, guys, if you're big Halloween fans, do not be discouraged. Even if you lose here, you can win in 2 other categories. So
You're
we
going to
got
make it worth like 300 points like you did with the contest?
Ah, bam!
These next 2 are worth 1,000 points for the overall. We're tied.
Yeah, right?
Who wrote the
Hey, I
shot?
benefited from it. I'm not complaining.
It's like, whose line is it anyway? Or where it's just like, this one's worth 1,500 points.
No, whatever. Hey, I'm trying to make that game interesting. Fuck.
Okay, so
Friday 1, Halloween H2O. Okay, it looks like you all are saying something here. So is anyone picking Halloween H2O?
Hell yeah,
Dan.
motherfucker!
Dan, yep.
Okay, Dan, please speak. Go ahead.
are you on
do-
crack? Oh yeah, you probably are.
Yes,
Oh,
I am.
Why is it better than Friday 1?
I just cooked up a fat crack rock actually, but no, I love H2O, man. It's my second favorite other than the original Halloween. I love it. It's just across the board, man. The score to it, just the reintroduction of and the disregard for 4 and 5. Like I love that. That's all.
I'll give you that one. That was a good idea.
It was great. Like really, it was a sequel. It was 20 years later. It was a sequel to the original. Perfect. I loved it. And as much as I love Friday 1 too, I fucking love that movie.
Okay, Dan, let's talk sense into you, though. Let's help you out here. Ready? Let's talk about the music. You're going to compare
Right.
Halloween H2O's music to Friday 13th Part 1's music.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got that, right? Okay, let's just keep going, though.
Okay.
Let's talk about the kills now. You're going to compare H2O to Friday the 13th? Okay, wait. Let's go beyond that. Let's go to the...
I can sum it up
Even
when the
let me
time comes.
respond.
Okay, no, okay, respond. Let's go with the kills. Let's hear this one.
No, believe me, I'm not going to defend that. You're absolutely right.
Okay, how does it win, though? I just want to know, how does
I know how
it
it
win?
wins.
LL Cool J.
No.
Save the day. Every time. LL, baby.
Hello.
I love that movie. Hey, man, I don't know.
Soft.
I like it. Definitely.
I can sum it up. Hollow Scream. That's why you love it so much. It is. This is a Hollow Scream. That's what I've always called it.
That's
Scream
exact-
is your favorite movie. That's why you love this the most.
That's true.
Yeah. It's obvious. Yeah.
That's what this is all about.
yeah.
That's where it all started for me, man. And this was right around that time. So, yeah, this was fucking huge. I mean, look at it this way. I got into the franchise by seeing the original, and I believe I saw 4. But that was pretty much when H2O came out, and that's when I really got into horror, and it was really fucking, it was just effective for me. And I love, except for the fucking CGI mask. I mean, I really do love that movie. And, dude, don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking putting down Friday 1, but if you were to compare them, if you were to ask me, I like H2O more.
Just did, dude. That's the whole point.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He came up in a different time. He's the youngest of the bunch. He came up on screen the way we came up on Friday the 13th. That's all it is. Can't hate him for that. Fucking A, you go, that's your jam.
No, yeah, I was just wondering. But yeah, here's the thing. Friday 1 is not perfect. Let's face it. Acting is bad. It has a lot of dragged on, boring scenes. Like, here's one memory, man, I gotta share. I never really talked about this on the show. You know how sometimes an event or a situation could magnify something you just never noticed earlier or prior? So I was in a screening on the street that Annie is walking down in Blairstown to film the opening scenes. There's actually, when she walks down that hill, to her left is a theater. So they had a viewing of Friday the 13th in that theater.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was like for the 25th or whatever anniversary, I don't remember. So it was 2003, I think. No, it had to be an even number. I guess it was 2005. It's the 25th anniversary. So the news people come in and they start videotaping us sitting there looking at this movie. And then they turn the camera to the movie. Now, only when that happens do you realize how mind-numbingly long nothing happens during the end when Alice is like making coffee and playing a guitar, sleeping. Like, you really have to wonder, did they just leave the camera on and like somebody took this and thought they should edit it in like to fill time? Like, I don't even know what was going on there, but watching I felt so bad for the news people because I'm like, no, this is really good. Just hang out another 20 minutes. You know, like, it was just so awkward and bad. I just started breaking out in sweats and my head got hot and I was just like, oh fuck, what am I watching?
You were embarrassed for your love of it. You wanted it to be a kick-ass scene, like these motherfucking outsiders are looking at us saying, hey, what's the big deal about this movie? You wanted them to show the film when fucking Annie's throat was being slit or fucking something like that or some dramatic thing or, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why, so it was uncomfortable for you. I'd feel the same way. It's not like you made it, but it's your justification of your love for it. That's why you're at this event. So yeah, but let me say this. Friday the 13th Part 1, and I hate to use the term, but it's kind of like a found footage situation. Only because of the budget that they were on and the time constraints. They just didn't, they that's why they made it that way. They just had, you know what I'm saying?
I love that about it. I have no issues with that.
I agree. I love the movie. So do you guys know what I mean,
I have a question, though, for you guys. Now, was anybody else under the notion, like, did anybody else look at this movie when they first saw it, like, this is a murder mystery type thing, like a whodunit, like, who is the killer? Did anybody else see it that way?
I think I thought it was Jason or something.
I knew, you know, my brother and sister told me, hey, it's Jason's mom or whatever. Okay. She comes in at the end.
Well, because that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It has nothing to do with if you were to go that route. You know what I'm saying? They just introduce her at the end, like, hey, this is my backstory, and I'm going to kill you.
But so many slashers were like that. You don't know who the killer is the whole time. They might not even be on screen, and then the final frame is the reveal and stuff like that. That's just the sign of the times. That's just how they did it. Yeah,
and maybe that's me as opposed to, you know, because like as now I've seen many movies before it, and you know that I think they're much smarter than that, and they learn to tie in those things more, and you know therefore they're more effective. I think. I just didn't find that kind of, I don't know, like I guess you would call it
intriguing.
Yeah, like I didn't think it was like, oh wow, that's shocking. Like I still,
but is that what it's about? Is the whole movie hanging on that reveal? Like I don't think so.
No, but when this movie came out, there was no Jason. It didn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But a lot of
I honestly did not see Part 2 until well after Part 3. I was really familiar with Part 1 because I was watching that from the moment that it came out, from the time it came out, and then it was on cable every second. So I saw it a ton. And then when Part 3 came out, we went to go see that in the theater, and I had completely skipped Part 2.
What?
Like, I didn't even know it existed. And then, I mean, obviously I knew it existed. If there was a 3, there had to be a 2.
Well, there is Thanksgiving 3.
That's right. But it was after Part 3 that I saw Part 2. So the whole, all of that happened with Part 2 didn't mean anything to me. So I guess maybe that's why none of the stuff about Part 3 bothered me. You know, as far as Part 2 goes, like the discussion you were having earlier. Yeah. Maybe that's why, because I hadn't seen Part 2 yet, and I don't even remember how I came back to. I guess I eventually picked it up off cable later on.
Oh, that's how you were able to sit on your swing and compare the kills of 1 and 3 so easily, because there was no 2.
That's exactly in my. Yeah, I mean, it was there, but it did not exist for me. I hadn't seen it yet. So when I saw Part 1 and then I saw Part 3. And I'd seen Part 1 a lot by the time Part 3 came out. They were the only 2 things I had to compare.
Wow.
Why didn't you try to watch 2?
Because I was a kid. I couldn't try to.
She was 29. You know, she didn't understand.
I was like 7 years old. I just whatever came on. I didn't really have the. And then if we went to the theater, I did. You know, I watched whatever we saw in the theater, but I didn't be like, Mommy, let's go see if we can find Part 2. This is really bothering me. Something is missing from my life. I didn't give a shit.
But most of us like H2O though. Here.
Yeah. I do.
We all do.
Yeah, we all like it. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
It's my fourth favorite for Halloween.
Jamie, you don't like it at all?
No. Well, it's not that I don't like it at all. I definitely don't think it's the worst in the series. I just think it's boring.
Do you think it's the third best?
More boring than Friday 1 and its slow parts.
Friday 1 is my absolute favorite Friday. So
there you go.
Even with those parts?
Huh? Yes, with those parts. I love those parts. I don't think they drag it down at all. I think it's all atmosphere.
That's true.
agree.
If it was all kill, 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 kill.
Yeah, but come on, you couldn't think of something better than her cleaning a pot?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Come
You know
on.
what's funny is, and this is going to sound so stupid, Alex, you might be the one person who can understand where I'm coming from with this. But now, if I ever have a jar in my hand, and I go to close the lid to screw the lid back on the jar, I will frequently tap the top of the lid. Solely because of that movie. Because whenever she's closing the coffee and she's like tap 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 tap, and it just is a thing now. Like I don't consciously do it. It's just I just do it.
That's some real Michael J shit right there.
Hey, dude, I do that shit.
That's awesome.
But
That is pretty funny. Yeah.
it's just that's how much it's in my life. Like how much it has become over the years is just part of everything. It's like it's woven within my fabric, you know. So I can't dislike anything about it. I can't think it's boring because it all means something.
I agree. I never thought those parts were boring at all. I thought it was atmospheric as well. So
Do you guys think H2O is atmospheric? I think it's one of the most atmospheric Halloween movies there is.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's beautifully shot, actually.
No, I do like the fact that it ignored the whole cult crap and tried to bring it back to the original story. That I can appreciate, and I appreciate the hell out of it.
And the ending, dude, come on. That
Great ending.
I mean, and coincidentally, both beheadings.
Whoa!
But which
Mine
one
equals
is more
blown.
effective? Which one?
Ooh.
Which beheading was better?
Yeah, and
Definitely the Michael Myers.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
That had way more impact.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, because that whole final chase was so. I mean, it was building and building. It's so satisfying. It was 20 years in the making. You wanted to see that.
Right.
You know, so Pamela Voorhees came in the last 10, 12 minutes. So
We met her 12 minutes ago. I mean, it's really not that impactful.
no matter how good she was, and she was great as that character, you know, it just didn't have the same impact. So you're right about that.
She was better of a main antagonist, hope that's right this time, than Michael. I think she was better than Michael, even though Michael was in the movie more in H2O. I don't think the performance was amazing. I don't think he looked right. Just the clothes were just too clean. The mask wasn't really that great looking.
You saw his eyes. That really bothered me.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I didn't like that for some reason. I guess it humanized him, you know, and, you know, so.
Yeah, I'm not looking for that.
Oh, they only made him cry in fucking part 5. Shit.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, right?
The shit they did to that character
Uncle!
in the series. Oh.
Well, Dave, that's why they got a clean sweep.
You're right.
Yeah, right.
So, besides Dan being the speed bump here, we have Friday, Halloween, Friday.
Hey, what's today's date, man?
It's Friday the 13th.
Fucking ain't right.
Shit.
So, hey, I guess Jason kills on Friday the 13th. One more time. But let's just tally it up here. So we got 5 for Friday the 13th and 1 for Halloween so far. We only have 2 movies left.
Ouch.
Halloween is the loser, but fuck it. Let's keep going because this is good. And let's compare the greats now. Friday the 13th. The final chapter, the second best Friday the 13th in the rankings, and against Halloween 2, which is the second best Halloween movie in the rankings.
Still no contest. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
This one makes me hurt. It really
No
does.
contest.
I love Halloween too, but
So do I.
when you stack it up against the final chapter, the final chapter comes out on top.
Why, Matt? Let's go with the characters, Matt. Why? And let's go with the storyline. Let's go with the location.
Well, Halloween 2,
Because that's key, Halloween 2, location.
Halloween 2 decided to make her his sister. They fucked it up with that. They took the main character from the first movie, and they basically made her non-existent throughout this fucking movie.
They did make her lay in a bed.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Yeah.
a wig on.
And she crawled across the hallway.
Right. She wasn't there until the final chase, where she basically had nothing to offer. Even though in the first movie she was very active and very
Oh, come on.
interactive.
She made it to the car in the second.
That's true. She got to the elevator while he was walking.
Oh
while
my
he was
God.
walking all 1 mile an hour to get her.
Yeah.
He really seemed like he was going after his objective, didn't he?
Right. Alls I want to do is kill you, but I can't seem to get to you. I don't know why I'm walking so slow.
And you're injured.
Yeah, who's the lame duck here? It was fucking weird. Why, I think I've already said this. Let's try to find out what the fuck is wrong with Michael Myers in Halloween 2. I mean, why is he so slow? What's wrong with this guy? And the answer we came up with to appease John Moran and me was that Michael was shot 6 times. At this point, he's straight up human.
Times.
He's not human!
I shot him in the heart.
At this point, he's straight up human. He got shot 6 times, fell 30 feet, maybe more to the ground. He probably damaged some nerves and shit like that, so he probably is going to be slower. Fine.
Damaged some nerves.
He got stabbed in the neck also.
Dude, he'd
And
be
in
limping
the
too.
eye.
He wouldn't just be walking normally. Like, he'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, right? I mean, there's really... What about the kills? I mean, I think Tom Savini is always going to outdo some no-name, right?
Oh, dude. Is this even a contest?
This is the angry Jason. This is the one that I love as far as, like, he's just got pure rage in part 4. He is tearing shit down. He is just taking bitches and throwing them out the window. Like, he's just mad.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's good stuff.
Right. The kills are creative in 4. In Halloween 2, they wanted to be classy, and you could kind of tell they were a little apprehensive, but they kept pulling back and forth one or the other. They didn't know if they wanted to go gory. They didn't know if they wanted to stay clean. And for that, it probably suffered.
There's no dog jumping out of a window in Halloween 2.
Gordon. What do you? How are you, Gordon?
Hi, Gordon. Okay, Gordon. We'll talk later, Gordon. Oh, what does your tag say, Gordon? Oh, shit. It's like, what the fuck? But, okay, Halloween 2, let's talk about, I mean, that is an insanely great movie in terms of memorable. You could remember every scene, pretty much. Ben Tramer, you finally find out who the fuck he is. You got the kid with that thing, the razor in his mouth. You got Loomis is
Love the continuity.
Yeah, great continuity.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, man. They even brought back Annie just to make believe she's dead while she twitches her eyelid while she's being pulled out in a stretcher. I'm sorry.
They brought her to do one thing, and she couldn't even do that right.
You had one job.
Holy shit. Yeah, right? So they do that. I mean, Friday 4 had a great camaraderie, had great comedy elements. It had... Jason was fucking perfect.
Yep.
And Tommy Jarvis, the introduction of Tommy Jarvis.
Yes!
Jarvis, dude. Yeah, everything about that movie was great, dude. I mean, Crispin Glover, everything, all the characters were so classic, memorable, dude. I mean, and that's what made it, You really did care about him. I mean, and not that you didn't in the previous installments, but this was just a great fucking story, and then throw in Jason, and it was balanced perfect. Boom! Awesome movie.
No way! Not tonight! No way!
Okay, who dies better, though? Because technically, both of the villains die at the end of these movies.
Right?
Yes!
Who has a better death? I mean, they're both pretty classic moments, but
I think it's equal.
I think it kind of is too.
Really? I think the climax is fucking an iconic fucking moment in the genre history is Jason getting fucking whacked at the end of the chapter.
But when Michael is shot in the eyes and he's blinded and he's swinging the scalpel, that's great. Pretty cool. And when he comes walking out on fire and just collapses, that's some great shit, dude.
Dude, they're both fucking awesome, and I think probably I'd say like equally as iconic, dude.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I was being a little, fanboyish about Friday as usual.
Right. Yeah, we gotta watch that because I'm not taking shit away from Halloween 2 with that ending.
No.
That's fucking great, and I'm not taking anything away. And look, here's some problems though. Friday they kept Jason off screen the right amount of time. Right. Halloween has over-the-shoulder fucking shots of this guy walking through Haddonfield. It's just, and here's the problem with that: when you went from Halloween 1 to that,
right?
Holy shit, are you totally missing the point, Rick?
Right.
You know where this falls in my Halloween series?
No.
You know, we talked about this when we did the commentary.
Oh, 2 is your favorite.
Yeah.
Wow.
Strictly because, now I'm not saying it's a better made film. I think Halloween it deserves all the accolades it's gotten over the decades for being, you know, like an amazingly made film. It's wow, you know.
Yeah.
But as in terms of strictly having fun watching it, I enjoy Halloween 2 more.
2 is more
you've got,
slashery.
Yeah, exactly. That's when it came into its own as being a slasher. You've got tits, you've got kills, you've got brutality, you know, and that is just more fun for me.
Yeah. And also, what we said before, Halloween 1 is like an amazing thing you're observing. Halloween 2, it's almost like now you're living through the town of Haddonfield. You're actually experiencing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like an extension of 1. So for that reason alone, it's like living it.
It's great. I think the hospital drags it down. I think the first half is very atmospheric and have a great feel with it. But I think once they get to the hospital, there's just too much downtime in the hospital. Then that's the difference to me.
Yeah. And, you know, like Dan, I mean, Matt maybe said, yeah, that really missed opportunity making her his sister. I mean, that's a strike against her, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Fuck, you messed up with that shit. So, and that ruined the whole entire. Why do you think you're losing this whole fucking thing? Because you made him the sister, and what do you think is going to come from that? Shit breed shit.
Right.
Then you got, oh well, now I got to go after my niece. Oh, now I got to fuck my niece. Now I got to fuck her, kill her baby. Like it just goes on. Oh, now I got to fucking kill my sister's son in part 7. Like
now I got to kill my third cousin once removed, and
now I got to kill my cousin, sister's brother's uncle. You know, like what?
It's like the list in Ghost of Michael Myers. And my cousin and my what was it?
baby cousin Tracy.
It's like, are we watching Family Ties or fucking Halloween? Like
Tina Yothers.
Yeah, is Tina Yothers gonna come in here?
To your point, Alex, it takes away from the first one, which is that's the scary part of it, which makes it, you know, the whole random aspect of it. So yeah.
Oh, I got a question. Who came up with the idea of making them brother and sister? Was it John Carpenter?
Carpenter. Yep. He admitted it.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he was shit-faced, right?
Yeah, he did say that, yeah.
He said he was at a typewriter. It was 11 o'clock at night. He had his six-pack in front of him.
Yep.
And he said, let's make him the brother.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, he felt that to continue his movie, that it has to go somewhere. So he did that. And it's just too fucking random. Like, why would his sister happen to leave a key at his house? You know, like, it's just like, what is that? And Michael just knew? He hasn't seen her ever because she's younger than him by fucking 4 years. And he was what when he killed 6? So he was 2. He saw a 2-year-old baby, and he figured out that was fucking Jamie Lee Curtis.
Psychic, right? Psychic connection, and it continues on with Jamie, right? The same shit. But imagine that. Imagine if they didn't. If John Carpenter never wrote that into it, what would have become of the rest of the franchise?
Dude, I'll tell you exactly. Dude, I'm so glad you just said that because, dude, if you take that aspect out, like if you take that knowledge of it out, and then her learning of it, it doesn't affect the plot of that movie one way or the other. It doesn't. It doesn't touch anything.
Do you know when they introduce that shit? When Loomis is in the goddamn cop car and she goes, Laurie's Michael Myers' sister. And he's like, oh my God, why wasn't I told about this? Because it was stupid and they tried to keep it from you.
Right.
like that had no bearing on anything that happened in that movie. I cannot believe that he felt at the 80-minute mark that we gotta mention that.
What a damn shame.
If nothing else, you're so damn cute right now.
but just look what it did to the rest.
Look at it this way. The reason I don't like it in H2O, that's the reason I do like it, because so much time has gone by. It's 20 years later. It's almost like, oh wow, fucking 20 years later, this motherfucker's still going after his sister. It almost adds to the whole element of it. But you're right. I just like the direction it went from there, and the whole time thing. And if you add in 20 years, well, that shows something. I mean,
I see what you're saying, Dan.
You know what I mean? Like, but you're right though. But it's almost like, okay, we're not going to ignore it. It's almost like Halloween H2O didn't adopt. They adopted that idea. They didn't make it up. So I like where they went with it. Like they had to deal with that. So they said, fuck 4 and 5, but we'll rock
and
with
6. Don't you keep forgetting 6?
Oh yeah, good.
We gotta ignore that piece of shit. Yeah, like I know what you're saying. It doesn't work, and it destroyed the franchise as a whole. But it sort of works when you make it H2O. Right. And it works that way, and that's the only way, unfortunately. So you basically ruined 6 movies, or no, 3 was spared. You basically ruined 5 other movies just to make something work that you just thought of at 20 years later. It's still not good enough for me.
You know what? You know what, Alex? I think that I take it back in a way. If they didn't do that, what would they have done in the other sequels? Michael will just keep returning to
what did Jason do?
To kill random people. Right. That's different.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because it's people in a camp away from civilization in a way. You know what I mean? They're kind of secluded. If this guy keeps coming to the same area in Haddonfield in fucking whatever they are in any town in America.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would it have to be Haddonfield?
Well, think about
Halloween.
Yeah, but it could have been like a Halloween urban legend kind of thing, though.
Right. Well,
in Friday, they stumbled into his territory repeatedly. In Halloween, he's in the same territory. He would be in the same territory all fucking shit territory all the time. I mean, I'm with Dave on that. And honestly, the sister thing never bothered me until you guys started bitching about it just now. And now I'm thinking, well, damn, wait a minute, that wasn't necessary, was it? But never in my life has it bothered me until just now.
We did it again.
Yes. Yes, baby, we did it again. We're going to keep doing it.
You're right, though, because look at the Halloween series.
You broke me.
It's been about family, and that's what's ruined it. Think about it. Okay, with the Jamie Lloyd, and then in part 5 too, and then in part 6 with, what is it?
The baby. Yeah, his baby with her.
It's just so stupid, and not until Resurrection, where luckily it had nothing to do with.
Oh, thank God.
What I mean? Like, but that was the first movie that didn't continue that family storyline.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to minus that one too. No, he did kill her in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. The beginning was all about it.
But the movie didn't bear on. I know what he's saying. Like the movie, the whole movie as a whole hadn't really.
But isn't that crazy though? That Resurrection was the first movie that didn't have that family continuity storyline. You know what I mean?
One fucking thing they did right. That's why I went from a 1 to a 2. Thanks, Dan. Thanks again.
They had it, Dan, but they ended it right away. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go. So this is another clean fucking sweep, man. Yep. Friday 4 is just better than Halloween 2, and that's tough for me and Jamie. Oh wait, Jamie, you also agree, right?
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah. It's hard for me, but I do agree.
So just think, Jamie's favorite Halloween is not even as good as her second favorite Friday the 13th. So that kind of gives you a perspective of what we're dealing with. So now we got Friday Part 2, the best one in the series. And, that goes back and forth with 4, but as long as they're both on top, it's whatever. And I think we'd have the same discussion here if that went against Halloween 2, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now here's obviously, I think this is where Friday is going to take a hit solely because you just can't really even do this. But Friday 2 versus Halloween 1.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I'd love to hear you tell us this, but... they both introduced their icon for the first time. Oh, Dave, how do you feel that Halloween is not as good as Friday 2?
I didn't say it wasn't as good, but I will say this. I literally flip-flop anytime it comes up into discussion. I think those are the 2 best slasher movies ever made, bar none.
Yeah,
and
I agree. It depends on what kind of mood you're in.
Right.
Really. They're both great in their own right, and it just depends on what you want to, get into.
I'm so glad you said that, Matt, because that, to me, won it over. Like, dude, don't get me wrong, I love Friday too. Like, that is my shit. But the thing is, if I want to be taken to another fucking place, like, you can't fuck with watching Halloween on Halloween. I'm sorry, dude. Watching Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th is not the same thing. It's not. Right. And that, to me, boom, see ya, fucking warp speed, hit it.
It doesn't compare at all. This show, you guys hearing this is better than watching Friday the 13th right now. Sorry, I had to plug our show. I'm sorry. I'm actually plugging the show we're on while we're on it.
Thanks for listening.
You're like that guy who wears the T-shirt of the band that he's going to see.
Exactly.
And while we're at it, put on BananaLaser as soon as you finish with this one.
Yeah, there's another Friday special for you.
Yes.
But yeah, fuck. I mean,
werewolves, anyone?
Is there a full moon tonight?
We're due.
But yeah, it's like I agree with you, Dave and Dan, because sometimes I do like to say Friday too. And I think the difference is it's more of a fun, exciting movie, and Halloween is more of a subtle, great, well done movie. And it's like, you know, it's very simplistic. It's so simplistic, and but it captures so much. And obviously, we all know the number one thing that puts Halloween over any movie in the world, and that's the music.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
How do you compete with that? You can't.
The music in Friday is fucking incredible too.
But not even close to Halloween, dude.
It's not Halloween, I'll give you that, but it's definitely stronger than almost every other movie except Halloween.
Yes,
you're right.
That's true.
Absolutely.
The direction, it's the direction, the music, and the portrayal of Michael Myers as the villain,
right?
In the shadows as quote unquote the shape. You know, is to me is freakier than Jason in Sackhead form, and I love Sackhead Jason, love it, but. To see a guy standing just behind the hedges down the sidewalk, that's fucked up. Okay, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Halloween night, you're right. And I said it on this very show before. I felt like I had an orgasm when the fucking credits start to roll at the fucking end of Halloween on Halloween night.
Oh,
it's just,
my God. With the breathing? Oh, my God.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about...
Oh, man, it's fucking... Oof.
Here's the thing. Friday 2 has one of the most incredible chase scene endings ever.
Love it.
Epic ending in the shack. I mean, that is top fucking notch, and that's why we're talking about it in the number one position. This movie is amazing, dude.
I love the cut to the moon. That's funny.
Yeah, when she's running.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, is that good? I mean, and then the way Jason looks, the kills are fucking great, but that also suffered from the fuckers at the MPAA, but that actually brought it closer to Halloween.
Right.
Type
That's
thing.
what I was just going to say. Halloween wasn't gory either.
Plus, you've got the music of Halloween, not the score, but just the music apart from the score, like Don't Fear the Reaper. You know, you've got those great scenes where they're smoking the joint in the car.
I wish I had you all alone. Just
right.
The two
Yeah,
of
that's
us.
awesome.
Even that. And that was written for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just the music throughout, on top of the already phenomenal score that the film has. Then you have the other music. And then it feels like Halloween. You can't watch that film and not be transported to any Halloween night on any year of your life, because it is there.
Yeah, and I like the story of it too, you know, but you throw in Michael and that's what makes it, obviously. But I love just the whole simple babysitter, you know, the chicks are calling each other. It's very, like, straightforward, and I like that story. And then, like I said, you add in all these creepy moments, dude. I think, and then the Halloween atmosphere, and let's face it, I mean, we said, the parts in Halloween 2 that are slow and, you know, in the hospital and shit like that. But you look at, you know, at Halloween 1, when the kid's fucking carrying the pumpkin and fucking he's following him in the car, I mean, that could be considered slow, but we don't consider that slow because it's fucking awesome and played perfectly. So it's just funny how you can look at one thing one way and then, you know, see it done perfectly and you can't fuck with it.
Books. I don't need books. I always forget my books. My math book and my Spanish book and
Here's the thing, Dan. That I don't think anybody thinks the scene where he's following Tommy is slow. I don't think anyone thinks that's slow because that's really intense, kind of, and it's also epic. I think, but there are slow parts in Halloween, like when Linda and the guy are fucking, and then you get that long shot and is pulling away, and Michael's looking at him, like the area around that area of the movie, it's slow. When Annie's walking all the way fucking back from the garage, all the way back through the house, all the way back to the garage. But here's the problem.
I disagree, though. I think it's perfect.
But here's the problem. You can't take any of it out. John Carpenter
Right.
made it so that it all means something. Everything means something. You can't say, well, Halloween would be better if you took out, like, a total of 5 minutes or so, because where would you do it? Because then you'll lose a great Michael part.
Right.
Well,
Right.
like the part where Annie is walking from the laundry room, the garage or wherever, from there to the house and then back. That's important. It's important that we're with her during those moments because while we're with her is when Michael is getting in the car. So it's like we're following her, la 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 la. We're singing along with her. Everything is happy. Everything. She's going to go get laid. Everything's
We're looking
wonderful.
at her ass.
You know. And then she comes back and we're with her. We're surprised the same time she is. So we have been on this entire journey with her. I think it's kind of important to pull us away from Michael at that point so that we can then come back and be surprised when she is.
That's exactly my point.
Even if you want to call it, maybe some people do call, I've honestly never heard anybody complain about any part of that movie or call any of it slow.
Well, I have one complaint. Why is the car so fogged up? Is he jerking off in there or what?
He's really excited, dude, because he's about to kill her.
Yeah, and he has a mask on. Think about how hard it is to breathe in that mask.
Well, and you heard him breathing in the beginning of the movie, so obviously, maybe he has asthma. I don't know.
Guys, we're forgetting one important thing that I think will pull Friday 2 on the top.
Okay.
And that is when that asshole in the wheelchair gets fucking killed. My God! Oh my God!
Best kill of the franchise.
Oh, orgasmic.
It cuts to people having an orgasm right after.
That's how good it is. Yes.
Yes.
The artistic statement they made in that scene. Wow.
It's a moment of ecstasy whenever you watch a GIMP edit.
Well, I'll tell you.
Ted was one of my all-time favorite characters in a slasher period. Ted is awesome.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Yeah,
survived.
he's good. Absolutely.
And here's the one thing I'm going to say. You guys, I guess, will disagree. But I actually like the storyline of Friday 2 better than Halloween. I'm not that interested in babysitters and people walking home from school and stuff like that and driving to houses. To me, that's not really, that doesn't really grab me. I'm way more interested in Friday 2 and what's going on there. The characters are more colorful and there's more variety than just three girls and one always saying totally and the other one being a grumpy bitch and one being a dork. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just not that interesting. But it just seems to work, I guess, because the way the whole thing, it just works. I don't know why.
Yep.
You know what?
Because it's relatable.
Right.
I guess, yeah.
It is every day, you know. It's normal people.
Yeah.
And Friday is scary throughout. Where Halloween, they build it up, and it doesn't really get scary till like the last, the third act, and then everything just gets. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a different tone.
Let's take characters now. The problem with Friday is that, or you could argue Ginny, but the problem is that no character is as strong as Dr. Loomis.
Right.
So how do you compare? Now, is Ginny as strong? I don't even think so.
I think she's a Dr. Loomis in the making because she has the college degree or whatever, and she's trying to get into the trying to get into Jason's head and all that. If she was in future movies, she would have been in the trench coat, shooting him 6 times and shit.
That's an excellent point. She has all of that training that allows her to professionally label him as a frightened retard.
Yeah. Retard!
That was great, Jamie. Actually, if anybody doesn't know, I had in-length conversations with her, and she said she was supposed to be in Friday Part 3, and that movie, she got the script, she read it, and what it was is she was going to college, and Michael followed her into college.
Oh, see, there he goes following people again.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Oh, did I say Michael? Fuck.
Yeah,
Jason.
I know.
Michael, I'm confused.
I knew what you meant though, but it's just like that's the
Crossover.
issue I have between part 1 and part 2 is like what's he did? He doesn't have GPS. How the fuck did he find her?
Yeah, you got to make that Friday 1.5, Jamie.
I know. Well, I know. See, that's why I'm not giving too much away because that isn't.
What do you mean, at the hospital?
No, Friday 13th.
Oh, I'll be okay.
See, we're all crossing
that whole thing
over
just
here.
fucked me up. I'm sorry.
From the end of Friday 1 to the beginning of Friday 2, somehow he manages to track down Alice at her
Oh,
house.
yeah. That's why I
And-
love Friday 2. He's so smart in this movie. The fucking things he does are, think about it, he places the fucking head
He's
in,
using the phone book.
he's doing it all. But yeah, it sounds kind of silly, but
Kinda?
later on he becomes a big, dumb, lumbering fucking killer. But think about it. I think it's cool that he's calculated. He thinks to take the fucking the teapot off the fucking thing that's whistling. And the best part at the
Being
end,
kind.
well, he's being nice, but he's
Yeah, and in
calculating.
Halloween 2, he just hears it on the radio.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right? What are the fucking chances?
He's
How about
taking
when he
a bus.
thinks? He hides under the covers, and I fucking love that scene when he hides
yeah.
under the covers just to fucking have that effect to scare the shit out of that girl and then kill her. That's what's great about it.
Dave, thank you. Okay,
Love that shot.
let's compare.
Yeah.
Jason hiding under the covers to cut Vicky, or Michael hiding under the sheet to kill Linda.
Dude, I'd say Friday too, but here's the thing. Halloween is more, known for that, like that one scene with him with the sheet over, but I gotta go Friday too with that, dude, because that's the first introduction to fucking Baghead, and it's like, oh shit, son.
Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Scary. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. That's what's great about it. That's why it's always hits so hard on me, because the fact that he has that bag on his head to me is scary. So when you see that, it's like, holy fuck.
Yep.
And how about the scene, like, compare the scene of when Michael sits up in the fucking thing and does the head turn. Laurie's there. How fucking awesome and scary is that? I love that scene, and I also love the scene, which not a lot of people hold in high regard, but I do. In the end of part 2, when she's in the shack and she just gets in there, hello, help me, and then you can see Jason's fucking head bobbing, running behind
Running
her.
in the background.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have no idea that she has no idea he's coming, and we're fucking privy to that, and we see him getting closer. Oh, that's so fucking scary.
Oh, dude, I noticed that shit, man.
Not everybody does. Nobody talks about it the way they talk about the Michael and turning his head that way, But those two scenes, man, that's what it is. That's why it's such a fucking tough decision.
That's a good comparison, dude. You're right, man.
Those are my favorite two scenes. Really.
See, Halloween's more known for that, but you're right, dude, because it's almost like more subtle in a way, but at the same time, I noticed it too. So maybe it's not, maybe we all saw it, but I think, yeah, you're right. That's a good comparison, dude.
Yeah. And what about the jump scare at the end when he comes through the window? That's fucking. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Now there's one more scene. How about when Annie gets killed in the car? That's always been real creepy to me. The way he fucking finally kills her, and the way her head fucking looks, and that slow mo thing. And
Yeah, but then she got that goofy face.
I was
going
to say that face that she makes kind of ruins it for me.
Really, it's always creeped me out. Actually,
She looks like that fucking guy with the big nose, that famous Italian guy, who sang the Frosty the reindeer music or
Jimmy
something.
Durante.
Yeah,
See the reindeer?
Snowman.
Frosty the reindeer.
don't make this a fucking Facebook thing.
And a big fat red nose.
Yeah, she looked like that guy. Whatever his name you just said.
She did not look like Jimmy Durante.
Yes, she did. We gotta put a screen cap of her and Jimmy Durante.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Annie Durante.
I'm telling you. But here's the thing. You can't compete with iconicness. But I think Friday 2 gives it a run for its money, although it doesn't seem like it is because none of us are swaying. I think one of the main... You see, now I mentioned how I don't like a lot of the aspects of the story overall, and I do with Friday, so you might wonder, well, why would you like it more than Halloween? Can many things really compete with any of Michael's scenes? I mean, any of them. He's just standing behind a car, and it's amazing. Why is that amazing? Like, I could go make a movie right now and stand behind a car, and nobody will care. Like, why? We can't find out. It's just simple stuff. And that's why John Carpenter says, I think you guys are looking way too into this. Maybe he's right. But what is it about these movies that we do that? Like, why Halloween? What's so amazing about a guy at a clothesline?
He seems like relentless, and whereas Jason is almost cowering, in some of the scenes in Friday 2, and he's kind of shaken up. He doesn't really understand necessarily what's going on the whole time. But this guy, he knows what he wants, and I think you see that, and it's just that's what's frightening about it.
That's menacing.
Yes, yes.
Michael has the ability to just pop up. He's just you're minding your own business. You look out your bedroom window, and there the dude is in your fucking yard, or actually in your neighbor's yard or whatever. But looking up into your window, that's creepy shit.
I know. Jason makes a lot of. He puts more effort into it.
He never runs ever.
Right.
He doesn't, but he just happens to just be there. There's even that scene where he actually does just spring up. And you're like, oh shit,
Yep. Wait, not part 2, you mean?
Yeah, that's right.
That's horrible, though. That's one of the bad
scene
ones.
Where he's on the ground and she thinks that she's killed him and she's leaning, like sitting on the floor leaning against the door. When he sits upright, he even does that calculated. I mean, it's just he's not going like. Every one of us, if we were like laying down flat, like prostrate, and then we go to sit up, we'd be like, ugh, He doesn't. He doesn't do that. It's like he's on I don't know, like he just is spring loaded, and it's just like whoop, perfectly smooth and straight up. That just makes it seem not natural and not human. It just sort of adds to the machine like quality of him, that he is unstoppable, that he is, relentless. And
it's weird because once Loomis shoots him in the head and turns to the door, they give you a very humanistic sound of breathing.
Yeah.
And then think about it, they went from robot to showing his human face, covering it again, shooting him, and how is he still there? He got shot in the head, it appeared. I don't really know. But and then they make him breathe. Then they shoot him, kill him humanly, and then inhumanly, he's not there when you look. It's a really like mind fuck. Like, what the fuck is this?
I have a theory on that. The reason he's unkillable and is like this is because dog meat. He gets power from eating dogs.
Yes.
Because we don't know. We don't eat dogs. He eats dogs. There could be something to that. There could be a power gained from eating a dog.
Why do I feel like I just started a BananaLaser? Oh god! What was the fucking commercial you guys did for Sackhead shit or something?
Oh, Sundown
Sacks. Yeah, can you put that in right here, please?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
fucking BananaLaser shit in here. Oh my god! It's dog meat, guys. If you want to survive, eat dog. And I don't mean hot dog. I know a lot of people put it that way.
How about that? They put the dog in the scene and the hot dogs were next in this very movie.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
Maybe if he were to stand on a chair holding a pitchfork, he might come out on top. No, he did that. Still didn't work. No, sorry.
Oh.
No. I just think you can't touch it. I think that you can't touch Halloween.
You can't touch this.
Even though I earlier said that I have more fun watching Halloween 2, and that is true. You give me the choice to watch either one of those, and I'm going to pick Halloween 2 just because for the fun of it. But Halloween is undeniably
masterful.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah. That's Carpenter.
Yeah, it's Carpenter. So let's go. What are we gonna do? Carpenter versus fucking.
Cunningham.
Exactly. You just said it right there.
Minor?
Yeah. Carpenter versus.
Who? Minor?
Steve Miner. Yeah.
Well, Minor did do your favorite movie, though, Dan.
Yes.
He did do H2O.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
So you
But,
can't.
I mean, you compare that to fucking John Carpenter's original Halloween? Who?
That's another touche. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's it. I mean, there was no surprise here, but it's nice to talk about them. So there you go, guys. So let's tally this up. We have
plug these in the computer.
Six wins for Friday the 13th. 6 Friday the 13th in like-minded rankings are better than 6 Halloweens and 2 Halloween movies, which is oddly enough, and I know the majority. Believe it or not, guys, in this day and age, we are still dealing with nitwits who think Halloween 3 is not good. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck you guys are watching. Yes, it's cheese. Yes, it's blah, blah, blah. Yes, Michael's not in it. Get the fuck over and really take that shit in, because you're missing out on the fun we have every October.
Well, apparently that is actually in its favor, that it has nothing to do with Michael, because apart from the original, it's the only one that managed to beat out Friday films. So,
whoa, that was my point. Yeah. Yep. And then Halloween 1 is the only one that seems worthy. And am I wrong here, guys? Like, if I put any of these Fridays against Halloween 1, would that have won?
No.
No, Halloween.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So it looks like our rankings are correct.
Well, maybe Jason Goes to Hell, but that's not in this.
Well, yeah, but that's a clear winner.
You compare New Line to Halloween, it's just not fair.
Yeah, the house that Freddy built.
Yeah, the house that Freddy built.
Team Jason, woo!
Yeah, you notice that Jason tore it down. Once he got in there, they had to sell it off.
Jason!
The house up for sale, guys. So, yeah, we'll be right back with the like-minded movies, and then we will wrap it up and let you know the point tally. We rated every one of these movies, and which one came out on top. Is this first battle, is this going to paint the way? Is this how it's going to go? We'll let you know. We'll be right back. I don't care if you have to put your fucking mother behind bars. Get me the goddamn psycho who's responsible for this mess. I mean, shit, Tucker. What the hell's going on here? This is a small town, man. And small towns are supposed to be safe.
I know who it is.
What?
I said I know who it is.
Who?
It's Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees? You're out of your mind. You've been in the sun too long. Jason Voorhees is dead. His body was cremated. He's nothing but a handful of ash.
You know that for sure, Mayor? Did you see him cremated?
Jason Voorhees. I can't believe this. Here's your Jason Voorhees. Here. This. Your ass is on the line here, Tucker. Are you getting that? You get me a goddamn live suspect. Alright guys, that was a great battle. It was one-sided, but that's not the end. You know, this can go on, and there's three different ways to determine the best franchise, like we said. This is number 2. We're going to do like-minded movies here. Movies where both franchises were going for sort of the same thing, and how that all ended up. We already covered one of them inadvertently when we did Friday 4 versus Halloween 2, the first movies where both the guys really died. You can say Michael didn't die, but he was gone for 10 years, and, you know, Ben brought him back. Nothing else. Money. That's all it was about. That guy was dead, just like Jason was dead in Part 4. Or you could say Halloween H2O, we could compare that to Friday 4, but then you could say he didn't die there either, because it was a fucking paramedic's head.
Sure.
Right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so there's no winning, so the closest we'll get is what we already did, Friday 4, Halloween 2. So that's done. Now, before we go to the movies we kind of already discussed and battle those out because they're like-minded, I want to go and switch it up and do remake versus remake.
Oh, shit, son.
This is the interesting one. In the rating systems, it really didn't... Neither one of these got too high a rating. Matt and Dan gave one of them an 8. That's the highest. And Jamie gave one of them a 7. And one of them got really low ratings, a 3. I won't tell you who that was. Jamie.
You said you weren't going to tell.
Hey.
I just want a party.
Yeah. So, Jamie, since you have the most adamant opinion out of everybody. Everybody's pretty close, actually, in numbers. But you said the remake of Friday the 13th is a 3 out of 10. I think you're putting way too much personal thought into this than technical. Now, can you deny that?
Well, I'd like to. I seriously just, there are a lot of things I don't like about it. One, I don't think Padalecki brings anything to it. I don't think anything really happens. I think that you've got the whole. I mean, talk about something shitting on a franchise. I think that this one did it in spades. You've got this whole, and everyone always points to the same stuff, but it's because that same stuff is bothersome, like the underground lair. It just
That's true.
It bothers me. And I feel like it's really glossy and I don't like any of the characters. I don't like them. I think they're all assholes. And if I don't like the characters in a slasher film, I'm not going to like the slasher film, because part of a film being successful is that I feel you have to care about at least some of the characters. And I don't really give a shit what happens to any of these people. So I don't think they have any redeeming qualities. I wouldn't hang out with any of them, so I definitely don't care if they get killed. It's just not enjoyable.
Was Trent a good enough asshole in a movie to be enjoyable?
He was an asshole, and you did get that bitchy scream from him at the end, which was nice.
And his kill was very rewarding if you didn't like him.
No, that's true, but I didn't have anything invested in him enough to even care about that. Like, it's like he wasn't. I mean, he was a good asshole, but he wasn't enough of a good asshole for me to give that much of a shit. I don't even like the sex in this movie. I don't like the tits in this movie. I don't like
What?
What?
Really?
What?
In the very beginning.
Yeah, those were weird.
You've got tits
other
that I
two.
hope he kept the receipt for, because I'd be taking those bitches back.
I agree with
And
that.
you have
The
that.
other two, though.
I will
Come
give
on.
it this. I will give it the burning alive in the sleeping bag kill, because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
nice. That's a really good one. But mainly, it bores me. I really am not invested. That's all.
That first 15 minutes, though, of the remake, Jamie, I think we've talked about this before. To start a fucking Friday movie like that, that's one of the best fucking openings to a Friday the 13th movie.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, let me ask you this. What characters do you care about in the Halloween remake?
I actually.
Ronnie.
Seriously, aren't they just as bad? I was just
I
curious.
actually care about his mom, but see, that's also
Matt didn't even know she blew her brains out.
I happen to like Sherry Moon Zombie, so
I do too.
anytime anyone's bitching like, "Oh, Sherry Moon Zombie," but I don't care, because I like her. Like, I even liked her in Toolbox Murders, and she was in it for 2 minutes.
That movie was horrible.
Oh, really? I like that movie.
I do too. I like it.
man.
I like,
Microwave Massacre.
but
I'm talking. It's the remake, though.
at least, and I think Ronnie is at least an interesting character.
Yeah.
I don't like him, but I kind of like seeing what happens to him, because I'm like, yes, because you're an asshole.
Right.
I mean, when it gets to that point, I'm
But
there.
Trent's not. That's
Well, I mean, he's
that's what
just-
Alex asked.
Well, here's Jamie's problem, though. I know what it is. She don't care enough about Jade Padalecki to care about the guy who's being an asshole to him.
Fuck him too. I agree. He's another Rob Dyer, and I thought he was a douchebag too. So
That's
Yeah, they're both
exactly
fucking
what he
douchebags.
is. That is exactly what he is. Even
Yeah.
the exact same premise,
Yeah, exactly.
And I just don't care. I just feel like he just shows up and I don't know. He's kind of.
Oh my god, I never made that connection.
Oh,
Wait,
Are you serious?
oh
kidding,
my
right?
God, dude, yo, my mind was just.
His sister's dead, just like fucking Rob
It's the
Dyer.
same thing.
Yeah, dude.
At least
Everything.
Rob Dyer gets that great. He's killing me. Oh my! He's killing me. Yeah.
But there's that. But that doesn't take away from Friday 4. If you hate the characters in Friday, what's so redeeming about them in comparison to the Halloween remake?
No, that's a great argument because they're the most annoying twats on the planet.
Right, that's what I don't like about it. Right.
Well, I think at least in the Halloween that they're colorful. They're interesting. I think that these guys are cookie cutter assholes. They're just, they're walking through the parts.
I don't know, Jamie.
Agree with me. Yeah, I'm just saying that's how I feel.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to see your point of view. When I watch the Halloween remake, it's like we said this in the retrospective that you could tell there's a shitload of ad-libbing going on, and that's not good. Especially when you have 3 actresses who can ad-lib as well as them. And it just, the character development on that aspect alone was just treacherous. I mean...
Also, William Forsythe versus unknown asshole. There you go. I mean, because William Forsythe brings to it what he brings to every role that he does, and there's a depth there. There's a quality.
Not in that first movie.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah.
He talks about tits, like pancake tits flopping around, or whatever. What does he say? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think he's funny. I think in a nasty asshole kind of way. He's engaging.
Well, Dave, what do you think of this? Because I know you like Halloween further along than me and Matt do.
A little bit further along, yeah, but
5 minutes, but
Right.
maybe so, right? But no, I can't stand the second half. And in Friday the 13th, I think I was the one that gave it a 7. And whatever, to me, it was a good movie. No, not great, but Halloween, no. And look at, everybody knows me as a big Rob Zombie guy because I fucking like every movie he does. I've liked every one. I've loved a couple, but the Halloween one is the one that I fucking think it's far and away his worst movie.
Well, I know when. Yeah, that's his worst.
Yeah, easily.
Well, I know when. Dan likes Halloween, the remake. So I'm going to go to Matt and say, Matt, what is wrong with the Halloween remake? Why doesn't that work?
It doesn't work because he feels the need to get deeper into the psyche of Michael Myers. Like, we fucking didn't understand it to begin with. We need to show every second of his broken home life, and it just drags it out. Like, we get it, okay? He's a troubled kid. He grew up in a troubled home. And then, on top of that, the second half adds nothing to the character of Michael Myers. Nothing. It's just an exact repeat of what Carpenter did, except shittier. You know, you just can't. It's not that he did it shitty. You just can't do it better than what Carpenter did. So why try it? It should have been something different, and unfortunately, it just wasn't. And there's a lot of reasons why that is, but yeah, that's why.
Cookie cutter. Jamie just coined that phrase. She just said that phrase about the people in Friday the 13th. I think everything about the Halloween remake is fucking cookie cutter.
It is, yeah. The explanation of Michael.
Yeah, the explanation, all the typical shit for a serial killer, and then the second half by numbers, trying to be like the first one, which and horribly fucking executed.
Bad combination, you know, like the first thing, killing animals as a kid, like, come on, dude. I could have thought of that if you asked me, hurry up, we're doing improv. Why is this kid a bad kid?
Right.
His parents are divorced.
He gets bullied.
He's bullied. His stepdad's an alcoholic. He killed small animals when he was a kid.
His mom's a stripper.
His sister picks on him. Like, I could have done that, you know? So I'm very disappointed.
And I've never said that Halloween is like, oh my God, it's so good, you know?
Oh, Jim, you already talked. Get out of here.
I just think it's a better remake than Friday.
Okay. Well, okay, other things wrong with Halloween. Rob Zombie, like Matt said, he went to such lengths to explain everything. He even let us know what it looked like in case we thought that Dr. Loomis running around with a gun didn't really gel. We had to watch him buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That was stupid, dude.
I want to know, if Michael eats a dog, can you show us when they bought the dog? Because I'm not understanding this.
Right?
You know, like, it is just unfucking believable what he spoon feeds us in this movie. And the other problem is, we already mentioned the sister bullshit. Not only did Rob Zombie remake Halloween, he decided to remake Halloween 2 with it. That part has nothing to do with Halloween. Why are you talking about his sister? Right. You know, you are adding something from, assuming we've seen part 2. You know, I'm wording it weird, but I'm just saying, like, you're remaking aspects that aren't even necessary at this point.
Once again, it didn't need to be done. Why did he put that in? Halloween 1, yeah, of course he had, you know, obligations that he had to do, of course, but nothing to do with the sister-brother situation. Why would he fucking do that? Yeah, that sucks. They shouldn't have done that.
You know what?
What?
I just watched Halloween 1 recently, and I remember that I didn't like it as well. And then I watched Friday, the remake, recently because Brian made me. And
Did Brian like it?
Oh, yeah, he really likes it. He actually defends it. Well, okay, he doesn't really like it, but he does defend it. I want to change my vote.
All right.
What?
What the power?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you know, I mean, listening, going back to like those recent things, and then hearing you guys talk about it, and a lot of it, then it made me think about the whole like Danielle Harris bits in there when they bring the same girls in from the original Halloween, but then they're just so much trashier and so much just dislikable. Yeah, I don't. All right, Friday.
Nice.
Oh,
I can't help it.
You know what?
Sorry.
You know what, Jamie? A lot of people, the 5 people in this room is one thing. I'm not sure what Dan's vote's going to be. I'll tell you that right now. But I know that, at least the 4 of us so far. We're all Friday people, but out in the community, this is pretty split. A lot of people hate fucking Halloween, and a lot of people hate the Friday the 13th remake. It's pretty split, I think, in the community. But
I think more people hate Friday.
Maybe even.
I always remembered not having that much difficulty with the Halloween remake, mainly because there are a lot of things I don't like about it. I don't like the fact that he grew up in the household that he did, because I think that kind of pulls away from what's scary about the original. The fact that kid was in a normal, perfectly okay household and suddenly, lost his shit. That makes it scary. Right. Him growing up basically already with the background of any typical serial killer, you're right, that does not make it scary. That takes away from it, and then I gave it props because it was, it sort of had, what would you expect from Rob Zombie? You don't expect Rob Zombie to make a white bread, clean cut film. You expect Rob Zombie to make something gritty and dirty, and that's the way it comes off. But and then I had, already explained my issues with Friday. Those still stand. But now that I actually stop and think about it, all in all, the things the changes that he did make did just kind of trash it up, know. I mean, and then I specifically started thinking about the girls, and I'm like, God, they're so just the conversations that they have. One line I hate is that CUNT. Yeah, I really fucking hate that. I really hate that. So anyway, listening to you guys talk, reminding me of all of that crap. And then I was like, well, as much as I think Friday is just kind of empty, I don't think there's anything to it, I guess it's really not as bad as Halloween.
To me, it's a more fun watch. And
right.
I think you nailed it on the head when you said the Halloween remake is just more dirty. It's like, it's not really that fun to watch. It's kind of just gross, and you feel this residue on you after you watch it. It's like Friday, you can pop it in, and it's exciting and fun. Yeah, it's not a perfect movie, and there's some shit wrong with it. But when you compare it to the Rob Zombie Halloween, it's more fun and exciting to watch. Whereas the other one, you got to kind of slug through it, and everyone is just a despicable environment to be in.
How about the final chase scene? It's the fucking worst, most boring final chase scene
it just goes on history. For fucking ever.
Punching the walls and shit.
The one in the whole swimming pool thing, and
it's fucking terrible.
Right. You guys win. You win.
You're painting me to listen. Yes. But okay, so we reminded Jamie about what she felt. What did we remind Dan of? He's the dark horse in the back. He has not said anything, and we all know he's a fan of Halloween.
Yeah, he's got something to say.
Yeah, so how does Dan go? Is he going against the grain here?
All right, it's like this, dude. You know how I said, you watch Halloween, the original, and you get that feeling like, watch it on Halloween, and that's something special? With Rob Zombie's version of it, like you said, it's fucking ugly and gritty. Now, I like my horror movies like that too, but it still doesn't compare to that, original feeling of Halloween. So that's where I stand on that movie. I like it for a different reason. In no way is it like, oh, this is a Halloween time movie. I think it's a fucked up, like, weird kind of, in a sense, horror movie. And yes, there's a lot of aspects which they remake, and there's a lot of problems with it and all that. But all in all, I do very much so enjoy that film. At the same time, I think the reason why I would pick Friday the 13th over the Halloween remake is because it's going back to formula. It's the simple shit, like I mentioned, the beginning scene I think is a perfect way to start it off, kick it off. Perfect. And then from there on, I enjoyed all the characters. I even enjoyed the fucking weed smoking, whatever the fuck he was, trying to sell the dude weed. Like, I liked, and they could have been better, yes, but all in all, I enjoyed myself watching Friday the 13th much more than Rob Zombie's. And I think he was trying to go for something different. He wasn't trying to go for suspense. He was trying to go for shock. And I think a lot of people talked about the Halloween remake when it first came out. And if you really break it down, dude, Friday the 13th, man, it's better. It's just fucking better. So, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
Damn.
This is another clean sweep, man. And
Maybe we're the wrong people to be doing this. Maybe.
yeah, maybe we need a more diverse group.
I came into it going the other way,
Right.
but I am never afraid to admit that when I'm wrong. That is one thing I will always do, is I will admit that I'm wrong, and I was wrong.
You know what the damn shame of this is? Rob Zombie is a far better filmmaker than Neil Nespel, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Marcus.
Neil Marcus?
No, Marcus. Neiman
Marcus Nispel, right?
Yes, Marcus Nispel.
Think of the filmmaking of Halloween remake compared to Friday. It's not even comparable. You're looking at an artist. You're looking at a visionary,
Right.
compared to just some guy just filming things.
It's all studio involvement, in my opinion. And then we get Halloween 2 with Rob Zombie, and we see something totally different, and he went somewhere else. I don't think he could have done that with this because they had expectations.
Right.
No, unfortunately, yeah.
Weinsteins? Fucking hate those guys, dude.
He got to stretch his legs a little in Halloween 2, and they even messed with that with your theatrical.
Right.
But then we at least get the director's cut, and that's so far better. If you put Halloween 2 versus Friday remake, Halloween 2 kills it. It's not even comparable because that's like that's a work of art. There are things wrong with it. Yeah, I wish I could eliminate a couple things. Somebody said that if they could take Halloween 2, who said this? I think Jason said that his co-host there in My Bloody Podcast. He said that guy actually edited.
Yeah, Jeff took the horse out. Yeah,
he took the horse out. Like, that's funny, and that's, I would be okay with that. I really don't need that horse. It's just a way to get his wife a job.
Calling his wife a horse? I didn't know he was married to Sarah Michelle Gellar. I didn't say Sarah. Sarah Jessica Parker is what I meant to say, not.
Right. Yeah. And I knew that's what you meant too. Right.
She looks like a foot.
Exactly. Now, how about this, guys? As long as we have Jamie here, do you think we should try to sway her on H2 now as well? We might be able to do it. We're very persuasive.
Halloween 2 has so much emotional weight to it.
It's awesome.
And the characters and what they go through is just tremendous. In any kind of slasher, to have that element with the characters is incredible to me.
Yeah, Alex called it the Sgt. Pepper's of fucking character development.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, did I?
Promise, I will watch it again.
Nice.
I will watch it again.
The director's cut.
Yes, I've actually never seen the director's cut. I've only seen the ad.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
I will watch the director's cut, and
good.
And it might change my mind. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know you like Lords of Salem, so you should like this. It's fucking similar in the way it's the cinematography and the way it's filmed and everything. It's just, man, yeah.
Yeah, that's filmmaking. It's not filming people doing things.
You know what?
Which I still maintain Friday the 13th did. I still maintain there's actually no filmmaking there. It's just it's very just bleh. I'm not saying it's good. I will concede it's not as heinous a remake, but it's not as egregious. But it's still not good.
I was gonna say in Halloween 2, it's odd that the scenes that stand out and the scenes I forget in that movie, like a lot of the party scenes, I don't even remember, but like the ones where she sees the dude from the strip club and she's in therapy talking to fucking Superman, Lois Lane there, and they're doing their thing. It's those emotional scenes that really pop into my head every time I think of that movie, and that's why I love it. Where we say atmosphere or whatever. Well, this is a totally darker type of atmosphere, and then you got those fucking flashes of fucking screaming people, whatever, and it just brings a whole other fucking thing to the movie where it's almost like, I'm not saying you can't compare them, but they're not comparable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I always said that. The way they did the Friday remake, the way they basically condensed the original Friday into the first 5 minutes, I feel like that's what they should have done with Halloween, because you can't do that over or do better. why don't you just do a montage of her dropping the key, going to school, you see him here, you see him there, you see him here, all these other things, then you get to the fucking epic, recreate that almost perfectly, like John Carpenter, have everybody hit their fucking marks, make it just like that, but still montage it, that last 10 minutes of the original Halloween, then end it with him getting shot, he looks, he's gone, and then do what you did in Halloween 2. That should have been the remake of Halloween 1. You know, all your own shit, dude. Forget about trying to remake John Carpenter. That's where you should have went. And if you did that, not so much, there wouldn't be so much attention put on the mom. Therefore, you wouldn't have had the horse and the ghosts and all that, because there's no real bearing if you do a montage to the mother. What's she going to get? 2 seconds of a snippet?
Right.
You know, so you wouldn't have gone to the places people don't like, and you would have had everything that's cool about it, which is everything but the horse stuff. So there's a fail. So clean sweep, Halloween remake, as much better as it's done, it just didn't cut it. No pun intended.
Oh.
So now we'll zip through these 3 like-minded movies. You got Friday the 13th Part 5 versus Halloween 3. The reason they're like-minded is because they were both within the franchise, and yet the character himself, the killer, was not in either one of these movies. So who survived that better? Who do you think came out on top of that? In the ranking system, 3 is actually better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it's just a better film.
Yeah, it's better made, and it's more. Yeah, it just makes more sense. 5 is good. It's got crazy characters, but it's also got stuff. It is jam packed with all the kills and stuff in there. Where I think Halloween 3 has got a better flow of an actual story. So.
And if storyline, let's go storyline. Friday 5. A dad who's not given a shit about his son in 20 years happens to work in the area. So not only is he not giving a shit, but he actually lives probably 5 miles from the kid and still don't even go to see him.
But he still carries a picture of him in his wallet.
Yeah, but he'll carry a picture, and the picture's updated, isn't it? Like him now? How come it's not him at 7 or something?
Dude, when you want that kid around, he's fucking annoying as fuck.
He's holding the same candy bar in the picture that he is when he's eating when he gets killed.
Yeah, like fucking Laurie in Part 4 sitting on the stoop with the pumpkin in her lap.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdos.
I didn't think it was pictures.
Taking screenshots and just putting it into the fucking movie.
Maybe there's a restraining order from the mother of the kid or something, or maybe or maybe he's like a registered sex offender, so he can't be near any children.
He looks like a sex offender.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, right.
Okay, how preposterous the story for Part 5 is that a normal guy with a pretty decent job, I mean, he has to be normal on some level to be a paramedic, I guess, or whatever he does. He's fine. His son gets killed, so he's gonna murder 20 random people because of this, and cover himself as Jason. And the other thing that falls apart is that, there was a comparison in the Psycho Legacy that said the easiest thing they could have done in Psycho 2 was have Norman return to his house, or like kids having a party at the mansion, and then Norman just comes in and kills them one by one. Like, that would be typical 80s bullshit, shit B-movie slasher. But they went such a high road with that movie, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's a perfect comparison to Friday 5. Well, it's like, well, you could just get anybody and put him in a Jason mask and just kill a bunch of kids and call it Friday the 13th. That's what they did.
Give it a little backstory, but yeah.
Yeah, but it had the atmosphere still, as far as I'm concerned.
Barely hung on, Dave. It barely had that classic first four movie feel.
It did, yeah, but nothing else that came after it came close.
Nope, too polished.
You're right. Yeah,
it still had that feel to me that I liked. It's just, I don't know. I guess
it was the transition. Actually,
it was, yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say it was flipping away, and this was that bridge of a movie, and then after this, it was just fucking blah.
Right. And Halloween 3, here's the thing, that Friday was trying to make up for their dead killer. They were trying to say, well, what could we do? We could do this, and that way you're still getting almost the same movie you just got, but this is how we explain that Jason's not in it. Halloween 3 set to do something different, and they weren't changing it to fit anything else. This was just this. It is what it is.
Yep.
For that reason, it's stronger, because it's not trying to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Plus,
true.
laser face and robots is way more plausible than, ambulance driver gone crazy.
Right, that's where I was going with the preposterous story. How can you argue the preposterous story of Part 5, and then you're just going to sit here and say, oh, I'm sorry, let's pick Stonehenge up and shoot lasers and have kids' heads melt and have robots.
That's less preposterous than the
It is. I mean, I really think it is. It's more believable than...
What if Tommy Jarvis was the killer at the end? Would that make any kind of difference in this movie at all?
That's a good question.
I think it would have been a nice turn. I think that would have made it definitely more interesting to see that, and totally believable, to see that this kid who had suffered what he did at the end of Part 4 to have then been completely permanently damaged by it, so much to the point that he ends up taking on the persona and recreating all those things that have been haunting him all these years. I think that have been totally, easily to swallow.
Wait, you don't like Lou Ferrigno being the killer?
I don't have an issue with that, and I never really thought about it as deeply as I am right now. Since you're pointing it out, you keep doing this shit to me, but
Nice.
but now, I mean, your whole it never bothered me before. I never really considered it. I was just like, oh, it doesn't matter. But then now it's like, Jesus, really, this guy doesn't even know this kid. Why the hell is he so bad?
Why would he kill 20 people? Like,
Why are you mad, bro?
You mad, bro?
He had my candy bar the whole time. What the fuck?
How about Laserface? What do you think, man? I like the sound of that.
Like-
Yeah, we should make a movie. BananaLaser LLC presents, like I said, a Leatherface, Laserface.
It looks like somebody put a firecracker in an asshole.
The Texas Banana Massacre or something.
The banana is family.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to win here with story credibility out of either one of these movies, but I think what I said already, the fact that one's trying to make up for something and the other one's just taking the road less traveled, I think that says a lot.
right.
Yeah, they're both good movies, but the Halloween 3's better.
Well, that's another clean sweep. Wow, that's 2 clean sweeps in this second half. So now we're going to go to location. You took Jason out of Crystal Lake. You took Michael out of Haddonfield. You put Jason in New York. You put Michael in California. Who performed better out of their natural elements?
Oh man.
Well, I shouldn't say that because it's not about performing. But what I mean is, what movie?
I think H2O, definitely, just because the Jamie Lee Curtis element and the chase at the end and the connection with her and Michael Myers, that overpowers anything that happens in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Well, yeah, because that's totally random. He doesn't really have any reason to go to New York except that he just happened to hop on this boat that went to New York. There's no motivation there. I think
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Take a good look at me because I'm on a fucking boat.
Banana Boat.
As much as I'm not crazy about H2O, I do think the motivation for the reason that he leaves Haddonfield and goes somewhere else, it does make a lot more sense. I'm still hung up on picturing him like stopping to get gas and things like that. It's just like, we got the travel element,
But then you got the issue of how does a boat in a lake end up in the ocean?
In Canada.
In Canada. There's no actual path. I don't think there's a lake in the world that leads to an ocean, right? Wouldn't that defeat the idea of being a lake?
Right. Nope.
Yeah.
How?
How? It just can't happen.
How does Jason turn into a little boy at the end of the movie?
There you
That
go.
sums up. That sums up why I take H2O over Manhattan.
Jason's better than that original thing they had with him curled up in the giant head thing. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. And guys, in H2O, you got that scene where you talked about, driving and gas. Well, he switches cars at one point, and even that scene in the bathroom is pretty fucking tense when he's looking back at her, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But let's face it, the whole California, you're right, but let's face it, okay, Jason going to Manhattan, that was the whole fucking thing of that movie. Now with this, it's basically like, all right, fucking locked down private school, LL Cool J's at the gate, and he locked it, and they made a big thing about it even. So it's almost like a confined space still, you know what I mean? So I like the setting, though, of H2O a lot.
Here's another obvious, like we said with Halloween, Friday 5 to Halloween 3, the intentions here. Another stifled fucking movie is Friday 8. We all know that was supposed to be 1/3 on the boat and then 2/3 in New York. So again, when you rewrite something with intentions of think about it, we're creating because we don't have money. Sometimes that gets the best out of people. That's true. When you have a low budget, that they said that in the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary, that sometimes will pull the best out of you. But
would Jason in Manhattan for 2/3 of the movie would have been good though? Seriously. Everybody talks about it. Would that have been? I don't think so either. Because
I was turned off.
Heavily populated, and yeah, what's he gonna do? It doesn't make sense. It sounds interesting of an idea, but once you sit down and start writing it, what the fuck is he gonna do?
He's gonna go to Soho. He's gonna
catch a show.
He's gonna go catch a musical. He loves cats.
He's gonna watch Cats.
Yeah, Jesus.
Right.
He's gonna try to force people to make eye contact. The parts when he is in Manhattan. What do we get? We get the whole drug dealer kidnapping. Attempted rape thing, which is just stupid. It makes no sense, whatever. It just kind of thrown in there, obviously, at the end. And then, you're like, oh, well, he's going to fuck shit up. Well, no, he doesn't. He just takes a syringe and sort of jabs the guy with it. That is a completely wasted kill opportunity. What I really wanted in that scene was like a Predator spine pull, I wanted him to just reach in and just take his whole skeleton out of his body or something like that. But it's just it's mundane and boring, Well, then we get to put the guy in the
Predator 2, Jamie.
Huh?
In Predator 2, they took Predator out of the fucking thing, put him in the city.
That's right. Yeah.
And then let him wreak havoc, and that was craziness.
Carrie Busey too. I mean,
you get the dunking in the toxic waste, which is just, or the barrel of crap. The really the nasty.
Because we all know that's in every alley in New York.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a staple,
because there's just a ton of alleys in New York. No, what? No. None of it makes sense.
Or in Canada.
Right, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Vancouver.
All Friday fans were not exactly knocked on their ass with what they watched in that last, the last third.
Mm-hmm. No. Part of this movie was his appearance on... when he did the
Arsenio?
Interview on
Arsenio,
the trailer for that movie was hilarious because you've got Jason facing away from the camera, and then they start spreading the news, and then he turns around. I seriously, the first time I saw that trailer, I was waiting for the Energizer Bunny to go across the bottom because that was, that was at the pinnacle of those commercials, and they were starting to pull out of pop culture. They were using real stuff in those commercials at that time, and I seriously thought that was fake. And then I was like, oh shit, they're not kidding.
There you go. You can relate, Jamie. You can relate to what I'm going to say because you were there at the same time I was. Do you remember seeing that commercial the first time? What did you think? Didn't you think right off the bat, why the fuck would they put Jason in New York City? And even as a big fan, weren't you turned off to the idea right off the bat?
I thought it was completely stupid.
Me too.
I didn't get it at all. I was excited to see another Friday the 13th because I've always been excited to see more Friday the 13th. I always will be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I did not understand the point of that premise, and then especially when you see the film and there's so little of it that actually takes place there, then it just baffled me.
That was exciting to me, man. I thought that was
really
awesome.
I was a kid and I didn't like it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, even then at that age, I thought it was a dumb idea. I'm like, why?
Yeah, but you were way into it, though, man. I wasn't that into it.
I do like the part where he's walking in Times Square and he sees the hockey mask up on the billboard and he does that Sony dog head thing. Yeah. That's funny for about a second. Where he comes on the gang guys and they're all giving him shit and then he just lifts up his mask and they run away. That's funny,
but
it's not Jason. I mean, that's not he would normally do. So
it's not Jason.
it doesn't make any sense.
And I hate the fucking rooftop scene. I know everyone loves it. It's a real popular thing. I hate it. I say the same. When I listen to I hate to bring it up, but when I listened to your retro the first time, and you guys talked about it, Michael J., every fucking thing, I can't believe I'm saying this, everything Michael J. said on that show, I agree with. Every criticism he had, I thought I was the only one who hated that scene, and why would Jason let someone keep punching him in the face, and why would the guy bother to punch him in the face over and over again, knowing that he's not doing any damage?
What idiot's going to keep punching a hockey mask anyway?
Right.
How idiotic do you have to be?
Yes, right. I couldn't stand it.
A regular guy wearing a hockey mask is going to fucking hurt.
Well, in all fairness, he did start with the body shots.
And it's still a close battle, Alex. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's not extremely easy to pick. I'm curious to what you're going to say more than anything.
See, Dan is probably like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? H2O is like Dan's favorite besides the first Halloween, and we're sitting here debating on whether it should beat the worst Friday. Like, does that tell you something? Why are we even discussing this?
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I really don't think there's any debate here, really. I think that,
No.
H2O
It's
takes
close,
it,
but,
Yeah. But, and I do think, if it boils down to who approaches, that element better as far as taking them out of their element, then, H2O actually, it does. It actually has real motivation. There's a real reason for it. And they back it up. As far as why he left Haddonfield, there is no fucking reason for Jason to be in New York at all.
Yeah. Well, Dan, when you compare the plot points from the progression of the movie in H2O, you got seeing Michael, dreaming about Michael, the mother's in the movie. You got the parts where the kids go, and then there's only these ones staying. Then you got the fucking, he gets into the place, and then all of a sudden she breaks the thing and says, Michael, fucking come and get me. You can't even compare Jason Takes Manhattan to shit like that.
Right. Oh, hands down. But see, Jason Takes Manhattan tonally was just so different from Halloween H2O. You mentioned that scene on the rooftop. Well, the whole thing was with the fucking him hitting him over and over again, and him just hitting him once was the whole fucking joke. And then exclamation point when it fucking goes in the trash and it closes. Like, it just tonally, like, the series was in such a different place. You know what I mean? Like, Halloween H2O, they did a lot right. And I look at Friday and putting them in Manhattan, it's like, why? I don't get it. Like, and it was clearly a gimmick that they were trying. Like, all right, guys,
that's all it was. Yeah.
We got nothing left. Let's take him out of his element, fish out of water. And it's like, okay, fine. But I don't think, to me, it wasn't so much location, taking Michael out and taking him out of Haddonfield and putting him in H2O. Because, keep in mind, too, the beginning of H2O, you want to talk about motivation going over, they even showed him breaking into the nurse's house and finding out where she is and all that. You know what I mean? And to me, that was a great, I
liked that, too.
Yeah, he kills Robin.
Yeah,
I liked the callback to her. I thought that was really nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, that was pretty smart.
So to me,
H2O benefits from being so many years removed. Sorry, Dan.
No, and that's what it is, dude. And that's why it's more effective because they put the spotlight on LL Cool J and the fucking gate, and she smashes it. So you got that confined area. They make you feel like it's in that school in within those gates. So it's more, okay, this is a showdown between fucking these two, they had back 20 years ago. So it's not so much location as much as it is fucking the reunion and
the history,
Yeah, exactly. So
exactly.
It's just totally different. Like, it's just anything. It didn't matter where you put them. It would be fucking epic. And just the fact that they took a big school area and kind of, like we said, made a big deal about the fence and can't get in, can't get out. Man, I think it fucking really worked. As opposed to what? Do a house again? Like he's fucking going through a house. It's like, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, we got to expand a little bit. And I just hope Robin was able to get one last cigarette in before she got her throat cut. Well, you compare LL Cool J versus Julius. Like, Julius is a token black guy, and LL Cool J is like one of the greatest characters in Halloween. I don't know about you guys, but I loved his character.
He's awesome in it, yeah.
Yeah, like, you can't even compare that.
No, not at all.
Hold your hair.
He's writing a romance novel.
her tumultuous melon breasts.
Yeah, I honestly cringe whenever he does that. Like it is not effective.
Well, you're not turned on. I'm turned on. Come on.
I agree.
Not
with
at all.
Yeah.
No.
It is.
Wow, I love it, man.
I don't like it.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, and I never like rappers in my movies or wrestlers. That's my rule. I don't take them seriously.
Or midgets.
Shrink normal people.
Jay in Deep Blue Sea. So it's not him that I don't like. It's just that particular that I don't like it when any guy does that like soft voice trying to be sexy. It just creeps me out.
Jamie, what's wrong with that, baby?
He's an actor. Wasn't he on CSI or something?
Totally different, Alex. Can you get real quick?
Yeah, let me get sick real quick.
Look a few doorknobs. Alex, tell us. This is what I'm fucking hanging on right now. You're the only guy that I would take. Thank you, man. See, you're the only one I know that might take Jason Takes Manhattan over H2O. So, how do you feel?
Here's the thing, like, Dan really made the best point in saying that it's really not about location as much as it's about character and history here. You know, you just can't, you know, we all, four of us, besides Jamie, love Halloween 2, Rob Zombie, and a lot of that is because of character and what they did, and we couldn't believe that in the retro we're 45 minutes in, and we're talking about characters in a slasher. You know, like that weighs heavy. So the character aspect of H2O is far heavier than the location. So when you go to something like that, Halloween H2O is just better thought out. It's a better idea. And you know, it's cool to get a gimmick and throw Jason New York and just basically mindlessly kill more kids. I mean, there's nothing of value here. There's nothing of cerebral moments here. There's nothing except fun. So what you're asking me is, am I going to choose fun over a better crafted movie in every way? And I logistically cannot do that as much as I love Jason Takes Manhattan. Mm-hmm. It would be ignorant. So it's a sweep.
Oh, that's ignorant. No, you're right.
You're being ignorant, man. And why did you pick part 2? It's the best death in the wheelchair.
What was that, Mo?
Blow me?
Blow me. Yeah, not.
Oh. God.
So the final one before we wrap it up with the point system. So far we got. This is good. Finally, we got Friday 1 in the remake, Halloween 1 in taking the character out. So once again, Halloween 3 wins for Halloween.
Wow, killing it.
Absolutely incredible. That's insane. And then Halloween again wins for location. Now, here's the touchy one. People are going to say, why even doing this? It's really not the same. So let's not put too much credence into this, but it's Friday 7 versus Halloween 5 because the psychic connection, the telekinesis connection, they would try to use their mind. They made it more cerebral. You know,
Alex, you can put any fucking two things when it's Friday 7 against Halloween 5. Even though Friday 7 is not special, you could say who had the better hairstyles in the fucking movie, and blindly we're all gonna pick fucking Friday the 13th Part 7 just to beat out fucking Halloween 5.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, is there anything Halloween 5 does better than anything?
There's the hottest chick out of the... Oh, no, I take it back.
Oh, come on.
No, I changed my mind. I think Lara Park Lincoln is really hot now. I didn't when I was younger, and now I do when I watch it, so I take it back. And that blonde girl, Melissa's okay. All right.
Yeah, she reminds me of Kelly Bundy, in a way.
Who? Which one?
Melissa.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And I don't think Melissa was a bitch. I'm just kidding. No, I just randomly blurted that out on a retrospective, and
It was great.
I think I did it just to make Michael J. pissed off. I do think she's a bitch. Just for the record, if I die, I want everybody to know that. What is a better movie? A girl throwing plant pots with heads in them at Jason, or Michael driving around and his niece knows where he's going and what he's doing, and she can't talk and communicate this?
It is a tough call. Really tough.
Two idiotic things. You know, it's two moronic things.
Which one is more fun? Obviously, New Blood is more fun. Yeah, it gets more action out of it. More cooler things happen. The shit in Part 5 is fucking ludicrous. Jamie Lloyd is just fucking. It doesn't make any sense. And it's torturous. It tortures me to watch it. Yeah.
Right. I agree.
I get anxiety when I watch the opening shit with her, like being on the bed and trying to get out, and she can't talk and stuff, and the doctors are all wheeling her around. I literally get I get short breathed or whatever. Like I just get anxiety. I just can't. That's not enjoyable for me to look at.
One thing cool about Halloween 5 is seeing Michael Myers in a jail cell and just imagining any other slasher in a jail cell with a mask on and like Freddy Krueger sitting in jail like, oh, fuck, this fucking sucks.
They let me keep my hat.
Yeah.
Or Jason with a mask on with his fucking
my God. That's
technically
so
Freddy was in jail in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for a second, he wasn't there. Yep. But he chose to be there. But you know,
right.
Yeah, to kill Guido boy.
You know what's funny though about H5, Michael fucking going down that stream like a log is fucking hysterical. I love that song.
Yeah, there's so much wrong with Halloween 5, and like you said, it's not fun. But you know how we said that in Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's dude, that's the hardest fucking part for me is when they wheel her in and she's screaming, and then they show fixing up her wounds. I'm like, oh, and then
and they peel her fingernails
off.
Oh,
dude, fucking hell. That is the worst scene ever. I have to fast forward that every time. I can't do it. Sorry, it was random. Sorry, it had nothing to do with it.
No. It's a funny comparison.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like you said, I have more fun with Part 7, but that by no means is saying Part 7's good. It's just, you know, the more bastard child of the two.
Oh, you can't get worse than Halloween 5. You know, I mean, it's just it's torture. And I forgot who watched it recently. Somebody was toying with the idea of seeing it through what I'm saying. And then they watched it and they said, "No, man, it's really not. I really liked it. Was it fucking Jason again?
Yeah,
like what?
He's the only person that defends that fucking movie.
He loves it. Yeah.
Oh,
that's fucked up.
Oh, the slasher elements are great. You know, I'm like, what the? No, no, it's all terrible, Jason. I'm sorry. I love you, but Jesus Christ.
Wait, you know what? I got one positive about Halloween 5.
Oh shit. Okay.
One kill. When Michael throws the cop out of the window and hangs him. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish he did that to Grady and didn't just push his head back or whatever he did.
I like the little fucking 3-prong thing, too. To the
head. A couple of the kills were good. The pitchfork, the 3-prong thing to Mikey's face. That was
drags him away.
That was about it, though, really.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And how hard is it to make good kills? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You got 100 guys on set. Somebody has to throw something out that's interesting.
Yeah. What do you get, Tom Savini?
Yeah, he was on that movie. Sure. So Friday wins again. So it's tied, and unfortunately, I did not even think of making a tiebreaker with the 4 categories. So we have nothing to go on here. So we'll be right back, and all we're gonna.
This part was worthless.
Thank you for coming.
I should always remember to make a tiebreaker, but. Sorry. Okay. We'll be back to give us... so right now it's one is Friday and the other is a tie. So the only chance Halloween... Oh, that's all right, though. The only chance Halloween has is to win here, and then both of these are equal and they're on the same level. So we'll be right back to find out if that is the case.
This is Mr. Skin from MrSkin.com with all the skinfo from the latest movies. Nude on Netflix, Season 2 of Orange is the New Black is back with more rack. Between the body cavity searches, shower scenes, and lesbian sex, Taylor Schilling and her prison mates are showing plenty of pink in the clink. White is the new stain on my underwear.
This is the Mr. Skin Minute.
Nude on Showtime this weekend, Eva Green gets the high hard one from a lucky guy on Penny Dreadful. Lucky for us all, that guy is the Invisible Man, so he doesn't get in the way of us seeing that spectacular boobage. How about the Invisible Man does all the sex scenes from now on? Nude on Blu-ray, Alexandra Daddario debuts naked in the HBO drama True Detective. In an early bid for breast nude scene, naturally voluptuous Alexandra busts out her huge boobs, hot butt, and liptastic labia for Woody Harrelson. True Detective will bring your private dick out from undercover.
MrSkin.com. Fast forwarding to the good parts.
It is time to wrap it up. The big epic battle on Friday the 13th, Jason's birthday. We took it upon ourselves to find out the true answer. What is the better franchise out of the two big ones, Friday the 13th versus Halloween? And we have been through everything. We've covered every facet, every angle we could possibly do, and I think we've been fair. I think we've given this a fair shake.
For sure.
You know, so here's what we did to wrap it up. Like we said, Friday won the first round. Halloween and Friday are tied because I'm stupid in the second round. So now the only chance we have here is Halloween wins the overall rating system. We rated each movie from 1 to 10. And the only chance it has is that it comes out with a higher number, and that way everyone's happy. They're equal, and let's see if that's the case. This was interesting, and I'm going to basically give you the reason the result is what it is. I'm going to give you the highest rated movies, and I'm going to give you the lowest. The highest rated Friday the 13th, 2 movies got the same exact rating. Can you guess what they are?
2 and 4.
1 and 3.
1 and 2.
Dan is right.
2 and 4.
2 and 4. That's clear. And this makes sense because those were the first 2 in the ranking that we did when we battled them. So that makes sense. The 2 lowest movies, one got a 30 and one got a 31 out of a possible 50. And that is Friday 7 and Friday 8. Here's where the winner, it could not help but be this. The top ratings for the Halloween movies, the 2 biggest Halloween movies, and you guys are going to shit when you find out one of them. One of them was a 50. One, yeah. And the other is a 41.
3.
Yes.
Yay!
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Halloween 3. It has nothing to do with the rest of the fucking series.
That telling right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes, it is. How good it is.
Yeah, for everybody who shits on that movie, that is the thing. That's the fucking movie that stepped up for your ass if you're a Halloween, if you're in their corner. So
we have spoken about Halloween 3.
Yeah, it's amazing. So first I'm going to tell you the total, and then I'll tell you why. So the total was the winner had 332 points out of a possible 400. This is overall rating, 332. And the loser had 292.
Ooh.
Huh.
No shit.
40 points lower. And we rated the first 8 movies of each franchise and the remake. That is it.
Don't tell me Halloween came out on top.
No.
No way.
Friday the 13th is the winner.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
I think it should be, man. It's a more of a solid franchise. You know, the movies, some of the movies in the Halloween franchise are great, but overall, like you said, there's more fucking stinkers than in the Friday series, you know?
What the problem turned out to be is that they were the ones that are stinkers, because they both have stinkers, the ones that are stinkers are just really bad.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even the Friday bad ones are still somewhat tolerable. Even part 6.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is where Halloween lost. It turns out, check this out, out of 50, Halloween 5, no, let me start off with the one that was better. Halloween 8 got 21 points.
Oh my God, words.
Not even half. It wasn't. We didn't even give it a half.
Treat, motherfucker.
Halloween 5 got a abysmal 16 out of 50.
Ouch.
The ratings were 2, 2, 6, 3, and 3. You wonder who gave it a fucking 6?
Yeah, that was me.
What is this, fucking Christmas for Halloween 5?
It was. I don't know. I don't know. After this, I would probably go lower than. I didn't hate it that much until.
What did you give Resurrectum?
Right. I want to know what she gave 4 and 6.
She gave Resurrectum a 7.
Because I really like the idea. I really like the idea, and I do think there were some solid moments in that film. Rapping Kung Fu notwithstanding, it did have some solid moments, I think. What did I give 6, though? That was pretty bad, I think.
Halloween?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. See?
What?
Wow.
What?
I fucking hate Halloween 6, that's why.
Oh, my God.
It's Ant-Man.
But even if you... Yeah, I know. That was a little extreme, but even if you take... See, let's take these extreme numbers. Dave gave Resurrectum a 2, and Jamie gave... Halloween 6 a 2. Now, let's just say we eliminate those 2 extreme answers, and we'll make those 10s. Even if you do that, it still loses.
Wow.
You know what? And that's good, because it would have sucked for Jason to lose on his birthday.
True.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, yeah. It would
But I never knew that. I never thought there was a chance, honestly. Going in, I kind of figured that's how this would turn out.
Yeah, only an idiot would do this thing on Halloween instead of Friday the 13th. So it just tells you what's happening here. So yeah, man.
What are the top 3 vote getters? Are you going to give us this information?
The top 3? Well, I said the top 2 for each one. The top 3.
Just in general, yeah. And how many points were there? We know Halloween got a 50. What were the other 2 highest ones?
Yeah, it's Halloween, Friday 2, and 4.
Okay.
Those are the 3 best movies out of all these.
You know what? For Michael on Halloween, we should pit him against the first
Freddy?
8 Hellraisers, and maybe he'll come out on top.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Even Freddy would be a good fight, I think, honestly.
That would be probably pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good battle, actually.
People listening are probably wondering what the fuck happened to Halloween 2, and we could blame Dan Chase for that, because Dan kept it from being the second highest rated one. He gave it a very low number, a 6, Dan.
Oh, that's not that low. Upper half.
Jamie carried Halloween.
See, to me though, okay, there's a couple Halloween movies I watch during Halloween, and that's when I think they're most potent and most fun. You know what I mean? Like, I think getting into the Halloween mood and watching a couple of those good flicks. And I'm sorry, man, 2 just isn't really in there for me all the time. It's a fun watch, but if I'm trying to get in the Halloween mood, I'll watch 1 and H2O. So that's where I'm at on that whole franchise. Now, overall, yeah, you can watch the Friday, like they're good summer movies, but they're good pretty much anytime movies, you know? They're just fun movies all around, and I think the Halloween movies are more appropriate for Halloween time, and their effectiveness is more high-powered than Friday the 13th is, especially around that time. So it's tough, man, you know? I think, hey, I'll say something maybe unpopular here, but yeah, I think there's room for both, you know? Fucking, hey, you know, I love not the whole franchise, you know, but there are definitely a couple Halloween movies that I just love, and there's definitely more Friday the 13th movies that I love.
Because you would have had to give it a 9 to tie Halloween 3 with a 41, so, and that wasn't going to happen. So it doesn't matter. Even if you gave it an 8, it wouldn't make a difference.
Right.
So yeah, those are the 4 best movies, man. Friday 2, 4, Halloween 1, and Halloween 3. I can't believe Halloween 3. That's people are going to dismiss this whole thing just based on that.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, fuck them. They don't know what they're missing.
Well, let's leave that note with what Tom Atkins thinks of people who don't like Halloween 3. Tom, what do you think of people who don't like Halloween 3?
Fuck them.
Nice.
Awesome, yeah. He's the fucking man. Yeah.
So, guys, are we all in agreement? Do we feel that this came out the way it should have come out?
Dude, this is fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I think I think that's totally the way it should have come out.
And yes,
and I think it couldn't have been
blast.
more fair. I mean, we approached this from every possible angle, and we all, broke it down as best we could. It just, even the Halloweens that we love just weren't good enough to stack up against the Friday series as a whole.
And we all love Halloween movies, so
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging with us. We hope you had a good time. You could disagree or agree. I know people who agree are happy right now.
You have to agree. Alex. They have to agree with us.
No, it's
yes,
a mark.
rule number 16.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Just read the rules before you listen to the show.
Wes, thank you for having me back, dude. It's been so long, and I love your show and I love you guys. So thank you. And just to talk Friday the 13th, I can't do it enough. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Dan can.
Yeah,
I think he's done it enough.
You know what's funny about that, dude? Yeah, I go through my phases, but let's face it, man. I heard about the fucking TV show, man, and shit like Bates Motel. I'm back in there. I'm back, man. I'm back in the fucking little rowboat with Alice.
Yo.
Matt, you want to hang out after and watch all 7 hours of Crystal Lake Memories?
With the commentary on?
Yeah, with the comment. Has anybody here done that?
No, I don't understand the point of watching a commentary of a commentary.
Yeah,
that's weird, dude. Right?
I gotta do it. I just gotta find out, man. It's just aren't you the least bit curious?
Kind of, but I'll let you tell me about it.
How much new info is going to be in there, though? How much new information are we going to get?
Somebody got to bite the bullet.
When we were recording this interview, nobody knows it, but I was ducked down to the left of the chair while that guy was talking.
Yeah,
I was making shadow puppets on the wall.
Yeah, that's it. So thanks again. Happy Friday the 13th from the Skeleton Crew, and happy Friday the 13th from BananaLaser, Horrorphilia, all that good stuff.
You don't know what death is. I shot him 6 times!
You guys are killing me!
Who the fuck are you? What the fuck do you want?
Twas the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, twas.
It's got a death curse.
Why do they do it?
You ain't supposed to be the one playing Michael Myers. I'm playing Michael Myers. What are you, stupid or something?
Hey, asshole! My daddy's the fucking sheriff! And that's why Friday the 13th wins. Good night.